In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to A Show Called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in such a greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah,
Hi, Chris.
He's
Chris.
back.
He's back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what else is back, John.
What?
Football.
Football's back.
Football's back, and it's more football than ever.
Olympic football. He's got Olympic
fuck
fever.
the Olympics.
Oh.
What season are we on for football?
We're on 2024-5 season.
Oh, okay.
And Gillingham are currently playing and winning.
Wait, so literally, did this just begin like now?
Now,
the game
today,
start?
36
Today?
minutes ago.
Fuck!
And Gillingham played first.
And we're in it hot.
Well, no, the other teams have played already.
Is everyone playing today?
All the league teams are playing, except Premier League, who will be next week.
All the league teams are playing.
Right.
except
So
Premier League.
Championship, League 1, League 2 are all playing today.
Yeah.
Now, in
and the
fact.
Premiership is the number one league.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Good.
Good.
So
I
I'll
know,
be
I
keeping
pay
you up to
attention.
date throughout the podcast with the latest scores.
Wicked cool, great.
Yeah.
Is football in the Olympics?
Yes.
Who the fuck is playing that then?
Everyone except us.
So really?
We don't enter a team. We entered a team in 2012.
Did we
because-
just enter the England team?
No, we entered Olympic football is under 23s,
Oh.
Oh, right.
but you can have 3 over 23s within your squad as well.
Well, like these three like elder statesmen at the
Yeah,
back.
kind of. Yeah. So it's sort of
A wizard.
it's a bit of a nonsense.
Yeah, it's it does sound like a sort of video game drafting system, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's like you can pick 3 legendary heroes
Yeah,
to take
yeah.
into battle.
You can pick Pele.
Yeah, we'll take Pele,
Here
please.
he comes.
I've got 4 charges and a ball caster.
Yeah. So yeah, the Olympic final was actually last night. The men's football.
And we haven't
Ah.
entered a team.
No, we never do because there's like
we're so
quite a
good.
lot of political issues around combining Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England.
Really?
In
Is
football, in football
is
terms.
that the issue?
Yeah, that is the issue.
So few other countries would have that issue because they're
they are
grown-ups.
just
they're
a
grown-ups
country.
about
Yeah.
it.
They
yeah.
are grown-ups about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they managed to work
Because the
it
Olympics
out.
were obviously
Yeah.
Team GB or Great Britain when you're anywhere else, but we're not England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland. And
Why couldn't we make a Great Britain team?
We could if there was enough will to do it. I think.
I see
But
that.
2012, everyone just sort of went, "Yeah, fuck it, let's just do it."
I thought you were going to say there was some big kind of like it's something to do with I don't know the FIFA and rights. But
No,
it's
not
just
really.
it's just pettiness. We
It's,
just
it's
can't-
pettiness largely from the inverted commas smaller nations
Yeah.
in football terms.
I would say that pettiness kind of does define us a little bit.
As a nation, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah. We should be proud of that.
But they were worried it would end up like affecting their national identity as a football team, which it wouldn't because nobody wants their players. So there's
right.
that.
I think you might
But
get into
in the end, the team that was made up in 2012 had to be made up of a certain number of Welsh players, Irish players, Scotland players, England
Sure.
players. And they all had to be under 23, except I think Ryan Giggs definitely played.
Did he? He
Yeah.
must be like
He's
58
retired
at
now.
this point.
Oh, yeah, but this was 12 years ago
Okay.
for Team
so,
GB.
yeah, 52 then.
But he
Right.
was still pretty old then. Craig Bellamy, who you may not be familiar with, was an
I
underage
think
player.
I may have actually heard that name.
And someone else, I can't remember who else. I went
Okay.
to a game, actually. A Team GB football game.
My.
Yeah, it was
My,
all right.
Team GB.
I heard something the other day. I don't know if this is true. That Olympic basketball
Oh, yeah.
used to be at like amateurs or college level only,
Well, yeah.
and then Spain at some point in the past Spain started getting really good, and then the USA were like, "Fuck this noise," and they
Their team's insane.
yeah, they lobbied to change the rules so that professional like NBA players
yeah,
could
yeah.
just be in the Olympics.
LeBron James is currently in their Olympic squad, and he's like, for those who don't know basketball, is a big name in basketball.
Yeah,
But like Michael Jordan played in the Olympics. Oh yeah,
was it just one man against 5? or
It's
something?
you know, in that bit in The Simpsons where he's the Harlem Globetrotters and he's spinning the ball on his finger. Just take it. That is what Olympic basketball is like. for
Right,
the
yeah.
American team.
The amount of medals USA has won,
Yeah.
like in these Olympics, has like
in these Olympics right now.
these ones
Their
right now.
Right.
athletics squad is very good this time round.
I think they have more bronze medals than nearly any other country has total medals.
What's
Yeah.
the exchange rate? Can you is there like a broker at the Olympics where you
Oh,
can
I'm sure
cash
there
in?
is. Because how else do you get your toys and stuff at the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the gift shop? At
It's
the front?
10 bronze to a gold.
Yeah,
Basically.
that'd be kind
10
of
bronze
cool.
to a silver and 10 silver to a gold.
Oh, yeah. That'd be better, yeah.
Or you can
Or-
trade in 10 bronzes for a gold or 1 resurrection.
Oh, you can get a player back.
Yeah,
That's
from the
really
annals
good.
of time.
I'm sure this is very funny.
I choose Robert Louis Stevenson, the
Yeah.
creator of the steam engine.
I'm going to choose Pele again.
There we go.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
bring
just going to
Pele.
constantly choose
bring Pele back in basket.
Yeah.
In what sport?
Stop bringing me back!
yeah,
Uh,
for gymnastics.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he'd
have
probably be
we
good.
all been watching the Olympics?
Not
Yeah.
really. I've been seeing a few clips here and there.
We've been watching it in the evenings, yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever the BBC are pushing, we've been watching that, basically.
Tell you what's good watching. Climbing.
Yeah, that was
Climbing.
good.
Climbing.
We watched a bit
Climbing.
of climbing yesterday.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's not good watching. Breakdancing.
Well, that's...
Well.
it is in a funny kind of
Oh,
way.
it is. Yeah, it's entertaining.
The Australian
Yes.
participant was great.
Oh,
There was a
nil
meme go-
pois, I believe.
Was it? Was it?
Nothing. Yeah.
oh my god.
But there was a meme going around that said, "This is what you look like when you try and shake the sheets off during the night," and it was just that bit of breakdancing.
And have you heard? Obviously, there was the initial reaction where everyone was like, "My God, that's quite embarrassing. I can't believe she made it into the Olympic team." And that it's now emerged she's a professor of breakdancing at a Australian university.
Really?
Do they just not know what it is?
Or
So did she actually get nothing? She
Yeah, nothing.
Right.
She
Imagine
scored-
being a
I've seen the
professor
dance.
of
I've not seen the
breakdancing.
scoring.
she scored 0.
Being
Oh,
a
that's-
professor, going to the Olympics to represent your country,
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
0
yeah.
points and coming back and trying to maintain
Oh,
your job.
God.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I guess if you're the faculty, you might be going, maybe we thought we knew nothing about breakdancing. So when
Yeah.
she came to us and said, I'm a doctor of breakdancing.
And I know it all. And they're like, of course you do.
How can you be a doctor of breakdancing?
I think it was like
did a
doctor of
PhD.
like cultural studies, like
Oh, sure.
subset breakdancing. I mean, it's in culture, like it happens.
I guess there's one thing of knowing breakdancing academically, like the
Yeah.
history of
She-
breakdancing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's quite another thing like spinning on your head.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think she did that.
I don't think she did.
From what I
no.
saw, it was well, pretty much what I would do. I think.
I think it's and I know how loaded this is because if you say something like I reckon I could do that on the internet, people go on then.
Yeah.
But I honestly do think I could do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd break a couple of bones because mine are very fragile now.
I think
But I think I could do it.
I think I could do that.
Yeah,
I think I could do that.
quite capably.
And it's easy to watch the Olympics and say that. I think.
Yeah.
I won't say it for anything else.
Oh, I do.
Is there any like? Is it like an
Discus.
I can do that.
I can do a discus.
Is it like
I mean,
an?
I've done discus before.
I like throwing frisbees.
Oh, you did.
You did, Gaga.
You did golf.
Well, I've done frisbee golf.
Frisbee golf. That's like
That's-
discus,
it's not
isn't
really
it?
what
Yeah.
I
That's the same.
Have you done actual discus?
Yeah, because our school used to do discus and shot put and javelin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I used to chuck things that
Lovely.
were different weights and shapes.
If
around.
you turned up to like frisbee golf with a discus, is that like? Would you just like fuck shit up because it's so
yeah,
heavy?
I mean,
or-
I think if you destroy the hole,
Yeah.
then
you make
get
a new hole.
Yeah. You make an even,
Yeah.
even bigger hole. Yeah.
crater.
Yeah.
I call it crater golf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
Create your own holes.
create your own.
That's
holes.
good. That.
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
clever.
That's
That's
good,
how it should
good
be.
wordplay.
That's
yeah.
how it
Wordplay
should be.
that is.
Yeah.
We
You
watched-
reckon you could do discus then, do you?
Well, does it have to leave your hand? If that's the only metric.
The thing is,
that-
I'm good at throwing the frisbee for the dog.
But discus
I mean,
is
you
very
do the
heavy.
math.
Like you can't throw a discus like a frisbee. Don't be a maniac.
No,
you can't throw a discus like a
got to
frisbee.
Well,
do,
we'll see about that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd snap your wrist off.
Good.
Your hand would go flying with the thing.
But I'd still be a participant.
and I'd still
I'd
be
still
these
be an
fuckers.
Olympian.
I'd still beat these twats.
I
I'd
haven't-
be viral like the breakdancing lady.
I haven't caught any of the weapon sports where it's like hammer, ball, disc.
Is that ball, Is
Spear.
that a weapon? Is that what they're called?
Well, what I don't.
I've
How
seen
else
some
would
of
you?
it.
You know,
I don't know.
You know the thing where you're like, you've got
Chucking
the
stuff, innit?
you've got the things where you're like, you're running,
You're running.
the rungs for
You're
jumps.
You've got your runs.
Yeah.
You've got your jumps.
Yeah.
You've got the categories of things which are
got your
basically
balls.
just games.
Games.
You know, where it's like, football,
And then you got your
basketball.
weapons.
Yeah, games.
Yeah.
There's riding on things.
That's true. There is.
I saw the bloody wind kiting.
Oh, yeah.
Speed.
What?
No, sorry, wind. All kites are wind kiting.
are.
Like surf kiting.
So what they're on?
We won that.
Yeah, we did. We
won
sma-
that.
she
So they're at
smashed
sea
it.
on a
Yeah.
board with
Ah.
a kite.
Not just any board though.
Not just any fucking board, is it?
Picture a board,
I'm picturing it.
and then it's got like a kind of 4-foot pole coming up the bottom.
Yeah.
And at the bottom is like a bird made of plastic.
Oh, it's like a hydrofoil.
Yeah, it's a hydrofoil.
Oh.
They're sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
Half the pole is.
So they've got to pump the board and then ride forward motion with the
Fucking
pipe.
hell, this guy
He knows
this.
it all right.
Because I know how a hydrofoil works.
Well, la-di-da.
I'll be totally honest with you. I've never heard that word until 5 seconds ago.
Right.
I mean, pick up a book.
Yeah, I
pick
should.
up the hydrofoil A to Z.
Yeah.
Which everyone's got on their shelves at home.
It's probably in that.
It will be in there.
Yeah.
I discovered that you get a penalty in surf kiting,
Probably kite foiling.
kite surfing, if you don't if someone's cutting ahead of you across the wind, you have to give way.
Really?
If you don't, get a penalty.
Is it because of tangles? There might be tangles.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Tangles, hydrofoils,
Tangles,
technical
hydrofoils.
terms.
See, I've only done it
Yeah.
for about 10 years.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
professional or anything.
Were you in
I'm
this?
pretty big on our kite surf.
You've come straight from Marseille to the studio where you've been competing.
Oh, it's lovely this time of year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was for triathlon or just the dirty boys, but we saw
Yeah.
like these swimming in the Seine.
Oh, God, yeah.
it
That
does look like a
looks
sewer.
grim.
Yeah.
I remember when I first heard that, I thought, my sort of perception of it was they just did it for a laugh.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh no, they did it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did it for real.
Because it's like, it's like long distance for doing like, I don't know what it was, like 5K, 10K.
Well,
of
there's
open water.
triathlons in there.
But then they're like swimming along the side of this dirty river. And obviously there's not sewage coming out of them, but they're passing drainage pipes,
Yeah.
which look like.
Well,
mean,
they're passing ships that have been there like years.
Yeah.
Those
Some
ships.
of it went in their mouths.
Some people got
Yeah.
ill.
Oh, I'll tell you what was mad. When we watched, assuming it was a triathlon or whatever, they're in the swimming bit. So they're coming back up the filthy, filthy river.
It's horrible. It is. And they spent over $1 billion to like clean it.
What did they do?
Yeah.
They
Pour
did
some-
nothing. They pour some bleach
And they still
into
got
it or
ill.
something.
It's grim.
That's embarrassing as well. I bet they were the professor of like river hygiene. or
Most
whatever.
major rivers are fucking grim.
Yeah,
particularly in
city
a
rivers.
major
I
city.
was in
Paris.
London a few weeks ago at the pub on the Thames. It's called the Old Thames Side, the pub.
Oh, why did they call it that?
Why?
It's no way of knowing. Anyway, I could see the river really closely. And it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was
never-
horrible.
I wouldn't even put a foot in the Thames.
No.
My feet are too good
Not
for
unless,
that.
not unless you want to lose that foot.
Exactly.
Jesus.
To leeches.
It'd be gone in seconds.
God, yeah.
But
London piranhas.
Yeah.
But I swear I honestly, we're watching this they're swimming and they're coming back up the bank and you think you're dreaming because suddenly you realise there's a bunch of guys on the what do you call it, edge bank. Well, that implies
Oh,
a
this guy, he's been swimming as well. This
Yeah, I mean,
fella.
I just read the
Yeah.
A to Z of rivers, man.
that implies like a natural river. It's like a
That's true.
concrete shelf.
Yeah.
They're all holding 20-foot poles, and on the end of that pole, I shit you not, is a bottle full of like Ribena or something like that. And as they come around, they keep talking about a feeding station.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, no, this can't be real.
That can't be
this
real.
can't be
That
real.
can't
And
be
then
real.
all the swimmers like flip into backstroke, and they swim under.
They pour it into their mouths.
They reach. No, it's not quite that bad.
That'd be-
Mama
that'd-
Bird
imagine
it.
that. That'd be great.
So your coach is trying to only hit you
Oh,
with
yeah.
a 20-foot pole, and he's scanning with all the other coaches.
Yeah.
And you reach up and you grab a bottle of delicious
While swimming?
a bottle of delicious Ribena.
Nom nom
mad,
nom.
isn't it?
And you on your back you go chugga 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 and you drink it,
That's
and then
mad,
they
isn't
just
it?
chuck it over their shoulder into the Seine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, it doesn't make it worse.
Someone will
does
pick
it?
that up probably.
Well, here's the thing: to the point where the commentators actually had to go. Now, some of you may be wondering about the bottles which
Yeah.
are being thrown into the river.
I am.
There are trained swimmers whose
Yeah.
sole job is to go and pick up their sloppy seconds.
waste.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I watched part of the marathon this morning, and
Yeah.
it was the same deal. But obviously, they're chucking them on the road, and there's people at the side there holding
Yeah.
their drinks out for them. But there must be someone whose job that is.
That's
so they
wild.
just go and pick up the bottles.
Were they holding out like little like espressos and croissants?
Yes, that's exactly what they were doing. Well, they were holding out hats as well, like
latte.
cool hats.
Cool hats.
I've got a question.
Here we go.
All of the medals have a bit of the Eiffel Tower in them, right?
Correct. Where's the rest
So-
of it?
My question is, does it only have twin legs now? Where the fuck is all
Yeah,
these
I don't
bits?
know where all that metal's coming
Yeah,
from.
do not go.
I'm not going now.
Yeah,
well, we
never,
are
yeah.
actually, even next year.
Oh
but
God,
yeah,
no,
fuck.
no, yeah, don't lean on it.
I read a story this morning
Here we go.
about medals,
Here we
and
go.
they're all rusting. Apparently, yeah.
They're made of
Which
the Eiffel
bit?
Tower.
The Eiffel Tower bit?
The Eiffel Tower. No, the actual bronze on the bronze medals is eroding.
What?
Is
Right,
it because
yeah,
they've
yeah,
mixed
yeah.
metals together?
Maybe, I don't know. But
What?
so-
Look at him, metallurgy. He knows
all
it
the,
all.
all the,
He knows the metals, mate.
He knows
We've all got it on our
where's this
shelves.
come from?
I'm a very
You
smart
know
man.
everything about the Olympics.
Metals, rivers,
Yeah.
hydrofoils.
Hydrofoils.
got it all.
The big
yeah.
three.
But all the a load of bronze medalists are still like in Paris and have
Right.
gone. Look at my medal.
Look at my medal.
It's eroding.
That's a bit of bullshit.
So I don't know why that is.
That's
but
a little slice of French bullshit there.
The Olympics have gone, we're terribly sorry. We'll,
terri-
of course, replace
You're
them.
sorry?
Yeah.
You're sorry.
Christ, I've trained for 4 years for this shit.
And I'm rusting now.
I've got dysentery.
Yeah. Imagine that, yeah.
You remember weightlifting? I know.
I know,
Yeah.
but I did it in the sand.
It's riddled.
Yeah. So there you go. Not without problems.
I just.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
This
They'll work it.
Olympics.
How long has it got left to go?
A week?
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
'Cause
Nick will know.
Yeah, I
How
think
long
it's
has it
about
got now?
yeah.
a week, 1 day, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we caught like the bouldering,
All right, yeah.
and it turns out that climbing comes in 2 phases. You do bouldering, and then
I'll let you say it,
and then
'cause
you
I
do lead.
Lead.
I'll
let you say it because I know.
And we watched for women's bouldering, and they were like,
Yeah.
and they will now return on Tuesday for the lead.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well,
Isn't there on the rope?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it was
See,
like
look at this guy.
Being
yeah.
led.
Knows all about ropes.
what?
They're being led by the lead.
Yeah.
Is
so
that
the,
it?
yeah.
I'm
So the
keeping
way
an eye to
if you're
guess.
bouldering, you've got 4 walls like in a. It's I tell you, bouldering. It's like
It's good.
It's like
yeah.
it's a knockout.
Oh, he won that as well.
Like there's a massive like just out in the open, big stadium, like not stadium, like a stand.
Yeah, yeah.
And just tons of people just watching, and then like on a stage, like people are performing, like just like 4 climbing walls.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And if you get 5 minutes to basically climb as many of them as you can, and there's like you get 10 points, like 20 points, 25 points, depending on how high you get.
Yeah.
And every time you fall off, that's like a 0.1 point deduction. So the most you can get is 100.
Right.
And then it said, and they'll be back on Tuesday for the lead. And I was like, what the fuck's the lead?
Yeah.
And then we caught the men's lead, and like the camera pangs across, and like the final boss that's being hidden is one massive
Dun,
wall,
dun, dun.
which is just one really tall wall with 100 at the top, and there's ropes going up. So you've got 5 minutes to just
Get as high as you can.
get as high as you
We,
can.
we won a gold in the climbing yesterday, bouldering.
Yeah.
One of them.
That's good.
That was good. So there you go.
There's also speed climbing.
Yes, I've
That's
seen that
good.
before.
That's,
Which is
that's
insane.
very impressive.
Scamper,
I
scamper,
saw a
scamper
guy
button.
got
4
a
seconds or
world
something.
record or something
Yeah.
like yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Woo! It is good. It's good watching the
It's
Olympics.
good. It's just good, honest fun.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's having a good time.
Everyone's having a great
I was
time.
having a conversation with some men
Yeah.
the other week
Yeah.
about the Olympics.
Right, yeah.
And it sort of harks back to football and basketball being the Olympics, which we thought, our opinion, and we know best, it was that Olympic sports should be like the height of their sport.
Yeah.
I think I
So
know where
for-
you're going with this.
Well, I'm not really going anywhere, but it's just like football.
Yeah.
That's not. Who cares? Like,
Yeah.
there's no real reason to have football in the Olympics or basketball or those sports that are already big in their own right.
Yeah,
Or
I
are
see what you're saying.
commercially viable. Whereas, like athletics and climbing, it's like the pinnacle
Yeah.
of sport,
Yeah.
and that's what the Olympics should be, I think. So I don't quite know why they persist with football and that kind of thing. Really.
Well, would you be
'Cause who
happier
cares?
if they didn't?
Tennis. It wouldn't affect my life really. But
But you watch a lot of football, though.
Oh, sure. I haven't watched any Olympic football,
Yeah.
so maybe that tells its own story.
I found it quite strange that they kept talking about so-and-so being an Olympian, but
Mm.
then they say, like, but of course, they're actually a world champion. And
What
I'd
does
be
it
like,
mean to be an Olympian? Does it mean you've competed in the Olympics
Yeah,
before?
I think so.
Or does it mean
competed
you've won
or
a medal?
won?
I think competed in.
Right.
So even if you came dead last,
So you're an Olympian,
You're an
as far as I'm concerned.
Because
yeah.
I thought that like Olympian would mean you are the best of the best.
No.
But it turns out there's world championships in each of these sports, which are considered higher.
Oh, there's loads of stuff.
Yeah.
There's loads of there's European championships, there's indoor championships, there's world
Yeah.
championships for all these athletics, particularly sports.
So it's weird that like Olympic is if you were like really good at I don't know dinghying,
Oh yeah,
being
Dinghying.
because that's in the Olympics.
yeah,
dinging.
Dinging.
yeah. I love that
It's
one.
got the lingo.
Dinging,
Uh,
inflatable-ing.
being like a gold medal Olympian, it does not mean you're the best in the world. There's world champions, which are like
Well, it kind of does as well, doesn't it? It's just a different competition. The Olympics is the biggest competition because historically,
yeah. But
you
is
know,
it just
in terms of
the
stature.
excitement and the press of it? Like
yeah, probably.
no one's watching like the dinghy world championships.
No, no
but
one's watching that.
People watch the Olympics though, don't they?
People
Yeah,
love
that
the
is true.
Olympics.
Yeah.
That is true.
No one watches athletics apart from during the Olympics. Fact. Apart from people who do.
Commonwealth Games.
Some of that.
Yeah. I don't.
Some people watch that,
Yeah.
but
Some people watch that.
I've never really watched much of the Commonwealth Games.
This is completely unrelated, but I just want to bring it up.
Oh yeah.
I had a incredibly vivid dream last night.
Oh, here we go. Now we're getting to the
Where
good stuff.
something was happening in my dream.
Sexy.
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know what was happening.
Sex.
The details
Sex.
were
Definitely sex.
okay. So say
Sex.
big sexy dream.
Whoa,
big sex.
Big time,
whoa.
big time sexy dream. And then in the middle of this dream, like lucid dream, my phone rings in the dream.
Oh.
And I look at it, or it buzzes or something. I've got like a notification, and someone, unknown number,
Oh, yeah.
has WhatsApped me, and all they've WhatsApped me is a video of okay, now this is quite precise. This is exactly what I saw in the dream. I go, what the fuck is this? And I click on the video.
Yeah.
And it is
Here we go.
like taken from a security camera.
Pornography.
No. It's like a security camera mounted, I would imagine, on the top of like a suburban house, pointing down on quite a nice garden that had like maybe a pagoda.
Nice.
And I see grainy footage, like but kind of clear, of a bunch of guys kind of kicking down a fence and coming into the garden.
Yeah.
And then like trashing the whole garden.
Oh no.
And I see like people like upending like a garden table. It's a sunny day.
Yeah.
But it's all happening from this kind
I
of.
thought this was at night. No.
This is happening in daytime.
I'd imagine this was a night.
I had also-
No, it's nighttime. It's
That's what I
like
was
just
thinking.
like 4 or 5 guys like
Right.
come into this garden. It's got like upending tables and stuff.
I'm worried about where this is going.
And then like I see, and then they've like kicked down a fence. They've made like a mudslide, and they're like sort of cheering, and like a few guys are like just like throwing themselves
that
down,
is fun.
utterly fucking up this garden.
Yeah.
And I think the implication is like it's an unknown number. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't know who this.
Yeah.
And then like there's like an accusation that follows, going like, "You've ruined my garden."
Oh no.
And I was like, "That's ridiculous. I
wouldn't do
wasn't involved
that
in this
wasn't
at all."
me,
And then you look closer.
And then I just put it back in my pocket. And then at some point later in the dream, it rings
Yeah.
again, and it's more footage. And I look at it and I'm like, actually, a couple of those guys kind of look familiar. And
no.
I'm like,
Oh no.
and I'm like, that's not Chris Ray, is it? Like,
That wasn't-
like
You fucked up a garden.
Any suggestion?
right?
Any
yeah.
suggestion that I went into my neighbour's garden and built a mudslide?
Made a mudslide.
Met with the full force
Yeah.
of the law.
But I was like,
He wouldn't.
I think that's Chris Ray. I might be Chris Ray. Oh, and I think I know that guy as well. And I think I know that guy. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
I know all
what
these
have they
people.
done? And I was like, oh, at least I wasn't involved. And I put it away.
Here we
And then
go.
I
Here we
get
go.
another one, and
Here
it's
we
like
go.
tons of different angles of the same
Yeah.
event. And I realised there's like 15 guys,
Yeah.
and I kind of know all of them.
Yeah.
And it's like in the logic of a dream, I was like, oh yeah, I did go on that stag do.
Yeah.
And I did black out for about 5 hours. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Maybe I was there.
so in the
What a stag do that have
yeah,
been.
the context of my dream, basically, as part of this drunken rampage
Yeah.
we were all on, we were like kicking down garden fences and
Yeah.
just walking through suburban gardens.
Were these different videos, different gardens?
No, but like we'd entered from someone else's garden
Amazing.
into this garden, so I was getting like different
Yeah.
camera angles of, and I saw myself like utterly wasted, like kind of
Brilliant.
really
that's
like
great.
just fucking up his garden.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
That's a good dream.
That is
I
good.
like
incredibly,
that.
incredibly precise.
I bet you woke up thinking you've
Shit.
done it for real.
Did I fuck up a
I
garden?
bet you woke up thinking,
Yeah.
shit, was that real?
Yeah.
Thankfully,
that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be great, but it'd be fun.
It was just
Be
so
a good
funny
story.
that my dreaming brain was like, that's implausible. I would never have trashed a garden. Then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I do know Chris Ray is. I do know
there's
Chris
Chris
Ray,
Ray, though.
but at least I didn't do it. And then my brain goes, I was blackout drunk for
Yeah.
5 hours. No wonder I didn't remember. Doing it.
Forget it.
But we were like kicking over like
I don't think I've ever kicked down a
gazebos
fence.
and stuff like that.
I
You
don't
know,
think I've ever kicked anything down.
yeah, we were really fucking up this garden.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
stress
yeah,
enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I would. Would I do that? Not now.
Well, it depends.
No,
I was
you're
pissed.
not a violent person, but there was
No,
an element
maybe
of
back in the day.
We were cheering each other on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get hepped up.
quite
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah,
Mob rule or something.
Yeah.
Mob
Yeah,
mentality.
exactly,
yeah. It was kind of we were having a good time.
I have had many dreams before where I've like woken up and thought, "Fuck,
What have I done?
the
Yeah.
Rozzers are coming around
For
here
at
if
least
I'm
the
not
first,
careful."
like, minute. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck.
And then you suddenly, oh no, it's
That's
no.
really
It's,
not it.
Yeah,
it's like when you used to also when you were a kid dream you'd been given a toy for Christmas,
Yeah.
and then you woke up and you're like, "Fuck, I didn't get that, did I?"
no.
Shit.
I didn't get that hydrofoil for Christmas.
No. I'll have to read up about it instead.
Yeah, you will, yeah. Ali had a dream the other night that a new presidential candidate had entered the US presidential race,
Right.
and his name was X-Men Slow.
Oh, good.
First name X-Men.
Yeah.
Last name Slow.
X-Men Slow.
X-Men Slow.
What
X-Men Slow,
X-Men
2024.
Slow's political leanings?
I don't think it matters after
No,
that point,
no,
does
no,
it?
yeah.
Really, like you introduce yourself as X-Men
Who
Slow.
will
and
you be
everyone's-
voting for? X-Men Slow.
I will be voting for X-Men Slow.
Yeah.
Is that the first like Gen A president,
Yeah.
basically? X-Men Slow.
He's like
Right.
13 years old.
Yeah.
Christ alive.
Oh, it's a great
good.
name though, isn't it?
What a hero.
Yeah.
Liz had a dream. She was sent.
Here we go.
This
All
morning,
these
she told me
dreams,
about
yeah.
this. That someone who listens to this show, Holton, had a baby, and they said, "Hey, we've had the baby."
The baby.
And then,
The
and then
baby,
we were like,
yeah.
"Oh, great, awesome, well done."
Yeah.
What's the baby's name? Because, oh, we've put it in the paper. They wouldn't tell us.
You've
They
got to
put
go.
it-
You've got to go.
You've
read
got to
the
go
paper,
find
yeah.
You've got to go find out in the paper.
Yeah.
You've got to buy a paper to find out. I'm like, fuck you! I'm not buying the paper.
Did you when you got married?
Oh yeah, that was real.
Because we're all very traditional people.
Mm,
When you got married, did you announce it in the paper?
I can't afford that.
I didn't,
No.
but my parents did it on my behalf.
I did not. My parents did
I
it on
don't
my
think
behalf as
so.
well.
I don't
yeah.
think
And then they sent us a cutout.
Mm.
As far as I know, my mum didn't do that.
I think they did it in the local Salisbury paper.
Did they?
Because I wouldn't have been very happy if they'd done it in the Daily Mail. But also, I don't think you can do that in the Daily Mail.
I think if you pay enough, you probably can.
I guess you could buy a page, couldn't you?
Well,
I think you'd buy the paper eventually for quite cheap. But...
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the point is you do it in your local newspaper, isn't it? Because then the people who know you might be
Yeah.
like, oh, look at that. Nick's got married, Annie. That's good. Oh, congratulations.
I don't think.
Well, it's like
I don't think that.
when you're getting ready to be married and they have to like announce it like legally, like a month before or a few months before.
When we did that, because of course it just gets put in a book, doesn't
Yeah.
it, basically? I imagined that they were stapling it to lampposts and stuff, like all around town. Just like,
There's one man employed to go door to door.
yeah. Do you know this man?
Good evening. Are you aware that this man is getting married? Do you have any reason to object?
Married.
Married? Yes, I do, actually.
Yes.
I don't like his face.
Yeah.
It is kind of terrifying when you get to the. Thankfully, I think we're through the big glut of marriages.
I had 1 year just after I met Liz. We had 11 weddings in 1 year.
I remember it well.
Whoa!
The thing is, right,
A lot of weddings.
where we work, Jolt,
That is true.
there was like we've made a whole new group
I think
of
it's
friends.
pronounced John, actually.
Oh, John, sorry. Where we work at John.
Where we work, comma.
Where we work, where we work, Jolt.
Where we work, Jolt. Jolt Lock. Oh, no, it's your full name.
Jolt Lon.
You'll have to beat that out.
I'm a sovereign citizen.
The law can't touch me!
He fucked up your garden. Get him.
We've made a whole suite of new friends.
Indeed.
Who are like a good 10 years younger than us. And
Very
aren't
young.
married yet.
A suite of friends.
Sweet. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
So we might, I mean, I don't want to jump to any fucking conclusions, but we might get invited to their weddings. And then that's a whole nother
That
fucking
sounds
season
like a
of weddings
bloody
again.
nightmare.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Because I'm
bloody
kind of done
nightmare.
with it.
Well, we've entered as elder statesmen
We have.
into a young man's game,
And rightly
basically.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've got maybe
3 more years in you.
yeah,
Maybe less.
maybe 4 friends who may still get married.
Oh, lardy, 4 friends.
No,
this
no,
guy.
no.
Yeah, yeah. 2 of them are in this room.
Yeah, again. No, not remarried, married. 4, 5, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yet to be married.
Yet to be married, but have
Partners.
partners. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
they could be
and I
married.
suspect may get married at some point.
Yeah.
But that's enough for the next few years.
The crippling fear when that moment comes, where they're like, does anyone here have any reason why?
Yeah.
And you're just like, you're biting your fist because
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
like,
You fucked up someone's garden.
I'm going to have something. I'm just going to say so. I don't know why. I'm just going to like.
Well, it's because I've had like 15 weddings that I've been to, and I didn't say anything at those. So
Yeah.
apart from, Sarah.
Sarah McLaren,
Sarah
Oh,
McLaren.
yeah.
whose
That
wedding I unobjectively completely ruined.
that was unfortunate.
But yeah, I haven't said it in any of those. Maybe I should say it, the next
Yeah.
one.
It irritates me at weddings, and I'm not going to say this as a hate because it isn't one.
No.
But they do that every time. If anyone objects, blah blah blah, say it now, and everyone laughs. And every time I just think, for fuck's sake, that's not.
Did someone say it at yours?
Oh yeah,
I guess
yeah.
they would have had to.
Well, do they?
I think you kind of have to, yeah, legal. If you're doing like a legal wedding,
Yeah,
at
because
the
of course
time.
Well, ours was a sham.
ours was a sham.
Yeah,
as well.
we had sham weddings. Yeah. Like,
No, you got married a couple of days prior.
No,
let's
it was
call a
sham.
spade a spade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was a sham. it was a sham wedding.
Yeah, we did the legal.
We can't
legal
tell everyone.
I did it for a green card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost genuinely when we went for like the pre-wedding interview.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I told Liz I was going to go in and go. I love Liz long time. She get me work permit.
She get me visa.
I
I stay in country.
I like Liz very much.
Yes, we know each other a long time. Go back far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
I told her that's what I was going to do.
well, Lucy and I obviously got married like in the council office, like a couple.
All right,
of
weird flex.
a couple of days. All right, yeah, concrete. You're right.
Yeah.
Now in a
A
council office.
few days before the actual fake wedding.
Yes.
Where we had all our friends and loved ones.
Please, I prefer
Yeah.
sham wedding.
Yeah, sham wedding. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Wedding.
Yeah, wedding.
And of course, they interview you in separate rooms.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I was sweating buckets, and they were like, "Okay,
Coffee, ask me
and
something,
so what profession?"
Who
is
fucking
your
knows
and,
that?
And they go like, and what is your dad's profession? I'm like, oh, I guess he kind of like works with computers and planning. And she's like, what do you think your wife would have said? Like,
Yeah, because here we go. Lucy's probably better at answering these questions than you are.
But just
Yeah.
checking you know each other. I'm like, oh, I guess he works in the end. He's kind of semi-retired. I
hate
don't know.
those situations where you get asked a question where you know what your dad does. We all know what our dad does, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is that they might have something different on the bit of paper.
Yeah.
And then you answer the question because it's the same with my dad.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit weird and vague. It's like, I guess he's an engineer, and then they just look down and they look up at you and just go, "It's not what I have written here." They're like, "Well, fuck."
I guess we're at an impasse. I don't know what to say.
I guess I'm an illegal immigrant then.
Yeah, we had it because when we went to the interview pre-wedding, I had a job, and when we actually got married, I was between jobs.
Nice. Yes.
So unemployed. So we were like, what do I say? Do I say I'm between jobs, or do I say I work at PR? I can't remember what we said now, but I got a job now.
Yeah. I mean, we know.
You're all right.
Right.
Unemployable.
Yeah,
Damn
it's
it.
fine. No, I know.
Damn it.
Not fun employed anymore.
But we didn't know what to say because obviously things change in between times.
Things do change. Yeah, things do change.
And how?
We live in a changing world.
Words to live by.
It's a society.
Yeah.
Who has got a hate?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go on then.
Go on. You've had a big day.
You've had a big...
Take the lead.
Go on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not about that. My hate is when a garnish should be stated on the menu because it overpowers the meal.
Okay.
So
okay, here we go.
This is how long I've not done this show for because this is a Father's Day anecdote, and that was in May.
Christ alive! You've been around since.
No, I have. This is just what
Surely.
I've been banking.
Sorry, on the floor and everything.
Oh
Jesus.
no!
Could have stood
Wait
up.
for the splat.
Still falling.
So Father's Day, Liz was away working, so I was like, "What shall I do? I know, I'll cash in
Oh, because you're a dad.
because I'm a dad.
He's a dad.
You could cash in.
I'll cash in."
What did your barely 1-year-old child get you?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, here we
go.
Excellent
So,
taste.
I looked up what I could get for free, basically.
right. Okay.
How did you do that? Just
On-
Googled, what
on
can
a-
I get for free for
Pretty
Father's
much,
Day
yeah,
as a father?
Father's Day joke.
www.cheapassdads.biz.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I
Dog.uk.
found myself looking at I won't give the real name of the company because that's unfair, but Fermentation Hound in Cheltenham.
Okay, I think we all know.
I'm not going to name them, but so we went there, and basically the deal was fathers eat free. When they pay for a kid's meal,
That sounds exploitable.
fathers eat free.
Right, okay.
Now at the time the boy was under 1, so he's not going to eat much. So I ordered a kid's meal and a main meal for me. So I gave him a bit of the kids' meal.
What was the kids' meal?
Oh, it was like cheese on toast or ciabatta with chips.
Brilliant. That cost you like, what, $2.99 or something?
Yeah, and then
Was
I
it-
had another meal.
Was it bigger than him?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably, yeah.
but he didn't eat much of it.
Well,
so I had
it's-
that.
I know, hard to believe.
So you
Yeah.
had it as like an aperitif.
I had that. Yeah, I had cheese on toast with chips
Sure.
to start.
Sure.
And then I had mac and cheese.
For free.
Christ
free.
alive.
Yeah.
That's a carb bomb.
Yeah, so yeah, I felt great afterwards.
Oh, great.
I felt sleepy.
On top of the world.
So it said on the menu, right? It says mac and cheese, delicious mac and cheese, 4 cheese mac and cheese.
Four cheeses?
4 cheeses
Quattro
Christ, I can't-
for free.
I can't name 4 cheeses.
No, Edam.
Yeah, that's one. Cheddar.
That's it.
Uh,
Cheddar's not real.
Gorgonzola.
Oh.
All right.
And miscellaneous.
Mozzarella. I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know
gosh.
what they were.
Wow.
That's 4.
You're
Anyway,
Yeah.
Mr.
It said-
Cheese.
it said 4 cheese, mac and cheese with crispy onions. I thought, oh, lovely. Right up
sounds
my street.
great.
That's right up my street, that.
Yeah, chuck it in me.
So,
Could I say, as someone who's on a restrictive diet at the
Yeah.
moment, that would kill me. Like every single thing you've listed would
Yeah.
kill me. Right.
yeah.
It would also kill a medieval peasant, probably. as well,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, he'd die happy though.
just
Flavour like I've never known.
It would just fly out of him.
Yeah,
Just
straight through.
Turn itself inside out. So my free meals turn up, and I'm horrified John, to see
Horrified.
that there's spring onion all over my mac and cheese.
Oh.
I love spring onion on
I
a
don't-
mac and cheese.
no.
What
No,
is
no,
wrong
no,
with
no,
you?
no, 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 no,
fried
no.
onion and
Spring onion.
Crispy, like really crispy fried, which was lovely
Yeah.
because it's a bit of roughage and texture.
And spring onion.
And spring onion.
And God
I-
knows you're going to need that roughage.
And
Oh,
they
you
didn't
might,
mention this.
Yeah.
And they didn't. It wasn't on the menu.
But wait, so spring onion on top
Yeah.
of the fried onion.
And too
Crispy
much
onion.
spring onion.
Crispy
I don't like
onion.
any spring onion.
Oh, that's a good.
No, I don't.
Let
like
alone
it.
some spring
I don't
onion.
like it. It's not cooked. Ugh. If it's going to come as a garnish, state it on the menu. And if you're going to put that much of it on, fistfuls of spring onion,
Was it fistful?
put it on the menu as an ingredient, as part of that meal.
This sounds amazing.
That just sounded. Well,
I don't like that much spring onion. I don't get this
Yeah.
spring onion thing.
I'm literally.
People
in
are
a-
into spring onion.
I'm
I
at-
think
But
it's
if
only
it's
up.
if there's that much garnish and it's part of the meal and you can't pick around it, or put it on the side,
Yeah.
it should be stated on the menu.
Well, maybe they thought to themselves, look at this chumbo come in here at 2 p.m. on a Thursday.
He definitely... No, it was a
Stealing.
Sunday, because it was Father's Day, innit?
Oh, yeah. That's
Fathering Sunday.
That's
It was a
scans.
Sunday, and the Euros was on. So I watched the football as well.
Yeah, that's
Very
scans.
good.
Yeah.
He had a pouch, and I had his meal. Or
What?
most of his... He had like a pouch of like stuff, baby food.
Oh, the boy.
Oh,
boy.
I think you
He
were
was
the waiter
there.
at
I
this
thought
point.
you were talking
I didn't
about-
go on my own.
I thought like the waiter had some kind of like bum bag.
No,
or
no,
something.
no,
Yeah,
no,
I
the-
thought you had like a little belly that was
The lad
hanging out
had a
with his
pouch.
t-shirt.
He had a bit of his meal, and I thought you can't eat all of that, so I'll eat it.
You ate his pouch.
Yeah, I ate the pouch and then his meal. Yeah,
Sure.
So greedy.
so he's fine, and I'm just like, I'm thinking, okay, fine, that's good. His meal was fine, good, kid size, although it was quite big for kid size. But then I got to mine, I was like, oh,
So what did you do? Did you pick it off?
I didn't eat that much of it.
That's
because
really
there was
sad.
too much. There is sad.
Maybe they thought to themselves, he's ordered a meal where crispy onion is listed as a pretty major ingredient.
Yeah.
This guy loves
This guy
onion.
loves onion.
He's-
of any
No,
kind.
no.
He's not going to kick up a fuss.
Spring onion is not crispy onion. Spring onion and crispy onion are very different.
They are different,
That
but
is
they,
true.
but they both have onion in the name
yes,
And
that's
so
that's where the similarity begins and ends.
and ends.
Yeah.
But I think they thought, like,
Well,
he'll like it
You shouldn't assume because it
shouldn't.
makes an ass
out of him and
out
them.
of something.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of ass, I
You'll find anyone.
I haven't thought about spring onions in about 3 months.
No.
And right now you're making me really
You
crave
wanna-
a spring onion, and I can't eat that.
Go!
What's the score?
2-0 Gillingham.
2-0
2-0. Have you hung on to the
Go!
This is great,
Have you hung on to the glass magnate? Your
Brad.
your window man.
He's still there.
He's still
Yeah.
there. He's still owns
You were cursing his good name at the end of the last season.
Wouldn't have thought so. No, we've got new players, new
Again?
attack force.
More money,
Well, this is the first game of
More
the
glass.
season.
patch overs, problems.
More money, more problems.
Yeah.
One of our new players has scored
today.
right now.
Shit the bed.
God,
Woo!
he's earned his every penny
Get in
that they
there.
paid
Get
for
in
him.
there.
Anyway,
they wouldn't
I
give
don't-
him spring onions, would
I
they?
don't like spring onions, and I don't like any ingredients that should be on the menu and are not. But when I turned up and I ordered clearly a baby, a main meal, plus
ordered a
myself a
baby?
free. I ordered one baby,
One
a main
baby,
meal,
yeah.
and another main meal.
And another main meal.
I ordered a kid's meal for clearly a baby that wasn't going to eat that, and then myself a meal. They thought I was an arsehole.
Yeah, so they
Definitely.
They put loads.
Almost
of spring
certainly,
onions.
yeah.
I think that's why they did it.
But
Well-
the thing is, like, people do like spring onions.
No,
Yeah, I think a lot
Not
of
that
people
much.
do like. So you don't like eggs. You don't like spring onions.
I like eggs.
We had a whole episode where you
Yeah,
were
I'm
like,
sure you did
were
say
like,
you didn't
fuck
like
eggs.
I hate
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back
no,
on
I don't
track
really like.
with your
I don't
character.
Like, scrambled eggs, I'm coming around to.
Okay, he's grown as a person.
Ah, I
Fried
like
eggs,
that.
no.
Is
Bad
it
eggs.
a
Fried
le-
eggs, no.
It's a
Don't
le-
do that again.
It's a late season twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Late season. We're coming to the end of this, are we?
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
We're on twilight years. What other garnishes would you deem?
Any garnishes.
That's
garnish?
unlabelled.
Parsley.
Rock, yeah, any garnish. If you're covering it in parsley, for example,
What if it's just a sprig?
that's fine. If it's genuinely a garnish, like you stick an edible flower on top,
And you
Right.
can, like, boink, and pick
I'll
that
just
off.
go fine, whatever.
Okay.
Eat the flower.
Is
Or I can take it off, or I can remove it. I couldn't do anything with these spring onions because they were embedded in the cheese and all over it.
Oh, that's
over
your
it.
problem, isn't it?
There's
It's
your
gonna get in.
problem.
Now you have raised an interesting question here. Is a garnish
Yes,
by
I
its
think so.
by its nature does a garnish have to be something you can pick up?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so,
Yeah,
actually. Yeah.
interesting.
I
yeah.
think so.
Okay.
And also
or
maybe-
a sprinkling, or just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a garnish, the definition might be visual flair only.
Maybe.
Because no one says, like, it
'Cause
would be,
sometimes you
it
get a
would
bit
be
of crest or
flavouring,
something on
wouldn't
top,
it?
don't you?
It would be flavouring if it was for
Yeah.
eating.
But
A
like-
garnish is like you say, a flower.
Yeah.
Garnish to me, because you can use the term garnish for like non-food related stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a visual. I
Yeah,
think you
yeah,
can
yeah.
actually.
But if you're having like a roast or something, for example,
Yeah.
you go to a pub for a roast dinner, you sometimes get a little bit of like cress or something on top. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A little bit of sprig of something.
yeah, I like
And that's
parsley.
fine.
That's like
I eat that usually.
That's
actually.
giving lip service to this being a healthy meal.
Well, yeah,
exactly.
it's the
Yeah.
plate
That's
would-
exactly
yeah.
what it
The
is,
plate
yeah.
would be brown and beige.
Yeah,
right? Because
so
that's
so
exactly
brown,
so it's like we've
so
got to put
beige,
another
yeah.
colour in here. Let's put a sprig of parsley on the mashed potato.
Because nobody, this is like the great medieval joke that Henry Tudor played on us. Nobody likes parsley.
No,
No one
I don't
enjoys
think so.
parsley.
I don't really like it.
But we tell ourselves,
It doesn't taste nice.
oh, it's a digestive. Thank you.
Is it?
It helps the belly. And it's like,
Does it?
Does it? According to who?
I think that's bollocks.
It's fucking plague doctor over here. No one knows.
It tastes like a manure field.
It tastes like soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people don't like coriander.
I know that. Well, that's a genetic thing, apparently, isn't
Yeah.
it? It
I know
divides-
loads of people who don't like coriander.
I love coriander. People say, but people who don't like it say
There's no science on people who love it.
Yeah.
People who don't like it say it tastes like soap. People who do like it say it tastes
That's
like
interesting.
spicy and fresh.
Is this like being able to roll your tongue?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Genetics.
can you do that? Oh, we can. Oh,
Can you do it?
Oh, you can. I can't.
You
can
can't
you
do
not?
it.
Well, fuck you.
try.
No.
Try.
Do it
No,
now.
I
Do it
don't
now.
need. No.
Just
Do
try.
it. Do it now.
Well, you didn't try
I
very
didn't
hard,
do
did
it.
it?
Pathetic. Try harder.
It didn't look like it was
I
rounded.
literally don't know what
not
muscles
sure.
to pull.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not sure
I've
have
ever met
the
anyone who
muscles.
can't do it.
I don't think I have either.
I don't have the muscles that you two are flexing. These two hench tongues.
Yeah, wow.
I don't think I've ever met
I
anyone.
guess
who can't do it.
we're the next level of human evolution.
Yeah, I think so,
John will
yeah.
be left behind.
We'll find out what it's good for.
We'll find like
eventually.
you know.
like a straw, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? You two can roll your tongues. I can eat like 5 tablespoons of pasta and go cry on the toilet floor. Like, it's very different things.
Each to their own, isn't it?
Yeah, you know,
We all
it's
evolve
all
in the-
right.
We've all got a
Yeah,
superpower.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
mutants in a way.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
Christ alive.
Anyway, I went to London.
Is this related?
Yeah, it is. It actually is. Yeah. Wait, how dare you suggest I'm
dare
going
you.
off on a tangent?
He's got the spotlight right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay,
I
so-
went to London
Oh,
a week ago.
La-di-da.
I know, right?
fancy.
And we went to a restaurant.
Oraison.
It's like a bar.
You've changed.
And I ordered the katsu curry.
Oh,
delicious.
And I'll tell you what,
A great choice.
it said on the menu, spring onion.
Yeah, you gotta get.
It
gotta-
said,
Excuse me, garçon.
yeah, this is exactly what I said.
I said, excuse me, je ne voudrais pas
Yeah.
le spring onion.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
that's what I said.
Aerofoil, hydrofoil.
It's not
French.
aerofoil, is it? That's a different thing.
He's been hiding this very well.
He knows the difference between an aerofoil and a hydrofoil.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
What's that?
It's a bloody
Well, fuck
What's
you
an,
later.
what's an
for
aerofoil?
Renaissance.
What's for air,
isn't
isn't it?
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like a wing that goes in the sky.
That makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so
I said no spring onion, please. And guess what?
Guess what?
No spring onion turned up on my plate.
Oh my God.
Because I knew that was part of
Yeah.
it. I knew that was part of it. Whereas the fermentation hound, they didn't put it on the menu, and therefore I could not reject it.
I would have had the spring onion on the katsu as well. I would have had it.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
that's your choice.
Yeah.
I should have the choice.
What I'm saying is that I would have had it.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
But-
you take his spring onions and put them on my
Put it
plate.
on mine.
But here's a question.
Yeah.
If they have to list it on the menu, is it a garnish?
Well, it wasn't a garnish. That's my point.
No. Well, why you're complaining about garnishes?
It was
though.
built into the dish.
Well, no, it's not.
In
a
that
garnish.
instance,
And
though-
it's not a garnish, and therefore it should be on the menu.
Yeah, if it's built
Yeah.
into the dish,
Yeah.
it should have been mentioned.
It should be. It should say on the
If
menu.
it's
Yeah.
pick-offable,
Crispy spring onions with crispy onions
Onions.
with spring onions on top.
Yes.
And then I could say no spring onions.
Here we go.
please.
Sure.
topping, garnish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Two different fields.
Nick,
two different fields,
he's got
right?
it. He's got it.
Well,
Well,
you
they-
can't pick off the crispy onions, right?
No,
So that's a topping.
that's a topping.
Yeah.
And you can't pick off the spring onions, as you said, because
Yeah.
you combine with the cheese.
Yeah.
This could be. This
That's
could.
also
This is
a
a good.
topping.
This
Here we
is.
go.
This here
Here we
is.
go.
Yeah, they broke the
broke the-
covenant.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. The
Yeah.
contract.
The
contract.
the toppings code.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important
Yeah.
thing to think about in future.
If they'd rested like a fiver on top of your meal, that's a garnish.
That's a garnish.
That'd be
If
great,
they
wouldn't
if they ground
I'd
up
probably
that
just
fibre,
I'd just eat it. Yeah.
mix
Yeah.
it with the cheese.
Yeah.
That's a
That's a
topping.
topping, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
flavouring.
Can't get it. You can't unring that bell. You can't get it back in the tube.
And that's a
You know.
fact. You can't
Anyway.
get your fiver back in the tube.
Don't piss on my chips and tell me it's a garnish.
There you go.
That's a great
Yeah.
little catchphrase
Yeah.
as well.
There you go.
We'll
There
put
you
that on
go.
a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, the merch line we never did.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
It's got 2020 tomorrow.
Buckle up, it's coming.
There you go.
Hate Town, Nick.
I've got
you?
hate.
Oh, Nick's got
Okay.
hate. Yeah.
Mine has not visual aids, but a list of things.
Oh.
So I've been watching anime recently because I'm.
I see.
You were going to say weeb, weren't you? And then you realised that Chris Ray won't know what a weeb is.
That's exactly the whole thought process that I went through. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, John. I was about to ask what anime is.
What's an anecdote?
So anime is Japanese cartoons.
Sure.
Well, it's big eye cartoons.
Yeah, big eye cartoons.
Now, in Japan.
In Japan.
Or Rip-On.
We call them
It's
cartoons.
Nippon, but sure.
That's what I said.
Okay.
They
Let's go.
do they
Will.
call it anime? What's their word for it?
Yeah, I think they do.
That's cool.
I think
Yeah.
it just means cartoon.
Yeah,
to
no,
them.
fine.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
animated
good.
thing.
Yeah.
I was just interested because we've been having a discussion at work recently
Oh, have you?
Here we go.
about why is it, and we may have had this discussion here before,
Probably.
why is it that we don't, I know I'm going off topic here.
I don't care.
Why is it that we, and the
Fascinating.
Olympics has brought this into focus as well. Why is it that we don't call each other's countries by what they're called.
I know.
In
This is,
the country.
I know.
this is a peak question.
I don't know. I still don't know the answer.
Because the French call us Angleterre.
Fine, but we call them France, and that's wrong.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very wrong.
Francais. I don't understand.
Is
Anyway,
it? Francais is the
what do they call it in France?
France.
Are they?
I think so.
Oh, fuck it then.
Francois?
That's a man.
That's a
That's a
man's
man.
name, yeah.
Does he live in France?
I think so.
There must be
Can we ask
someone-
him?
Is he the king of France?
There must be someone called Francois in France.
I would have thought so.
Because the French word, no, I'm going to get this wrong now. The German word for Franks is Allemand. No, the
Yes.
French word for German
French word for German.
is
But Germany
Allemand.
calls it Deutschland.
Yeah.
Deutschland.
And,
Yeah.
and there's Österreich.
But what's that?
Austria.
Is that what they call it?
I think so. This Germany.
I
certainly
think the
calls
problem is that all of these places, you need to say it in their accent.
Ah,
it. Maybe.
And we don't like doing that.
ain't
Isn't it
going to do
strange
that
that,
shit,
like-
mate. Yeah.
A lot of the words are wildly different to what
So
they call
different, yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Like Nippon's a good example.
Doesn't
I know, that's
doesn't
wild, isn't it?
Japan
Yeah.
come from like the Portuguese?
Does it?
Because the Portuguese kind of got there first.
That sounds right.
There you
Yeah.
go. Interesting.
It sounds like a fact.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting.
I
Is
do.
it
also.
because we had a kind of like quite a proud history of just going to a place and going "fuck you"?
This is called this.
Fuck you,
now.
we're calling
Yeah,
it this.
yeah.
I guess that's another thing as well, because like we all draw a map, right?
Yes.
Each country draws a map of everyone else, and we have to write something on that map, don't we?
Oh yeah.
So we write something that fits our language instead
Yeah.
of theirs.
Yeah.
I guess.
Weird though.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, anyway, I guess anime means cartoon for them,
Yeah. Fine.
right?
Yeah.
But we call it anime because that way we can delineate that it's a Japanese cartoon.
I
right?
understand.
So
So what's a meeb?
a
A
weeb.
weeb.
That's what I said.
A weeb is a nerd
Yeah.
or a loser, specifically in the context of being obsessed with Japanese
I
media,
understand.
Yeah.
and most specifically probably
The
anime.
stereotype would be, I don't know, say you or I
Yeah.
as a kind of spotty,
Oik.
uncoordinated teenager picking up a katana and going, "I'm a ninja,"
Yeah,
because
and
I
wearing
watch,
a trench coat
I
and
watch
sunglasses.
Naruto.
I'm going to ask you a question now,
Here we
John,
go.
and
Here
I
we
think
go.
you'll know what it
Katana.
is.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
It's a sword, right?
That is.
Oh shit! Yes, yeah. That's a Japanese
Yeah?
word for sword. Yeah.
Okay.
Katana is just Japanese for sword.
Good.
Yeah.
I feel like I know that from watching Deadpool.
Yeah, he has
Oh,
katana.
there you go.
Yeah, there you
You're
go,
culturally, you're culturally relevant.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
So anyway, so like, there's a lot of like, I'm trying to think of an anime that Chris would know.
You're Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Okay, I do know Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a shining example of the art form,
I know.
but it's
that
I
there.
know
might be a
one
limit.
of the characters' names in Pokemon.
Go on.
Pikachu.
I'll do. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Have you ever heard of Dragon Ball?
Z.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we
look
go.
at
That's an
that.
anime.
Yeah, look at it,
Woo!
feigning ignorance.
We're finding common ground.
Get
Yeah.
this man on
And that's
Pointless.
what this podcast is all about.
Yes.
Right. So I think we can all agree that Pokemon
Mm.
or Dragon Ball Z are quite catchy titles.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
In Pokemon's case, one word. In Dragon Ball Z's case, one word, one letter.
Yeah.
Right? An unfortunate trend that's developing in anime is very long
Oh,
titles.
no.
Right? And I've started to notice this as I've been scrolling, trying to find the good ones,
Hmm.
which, by the way, is near impossible to do, finding
Yeah.
good anime amongst, like, there was so much, and most of it is shit.
Yeah.
Right? But for some reason, I continue on with my Crunchyroll subscription. I don't know why I
Sure.
do that. Crunchyroll is like Netflix.
Yeah, I was going to say before can we just head this off at the pass? That's how
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I thought Nick was just using that as slang.
Yeah, no, that is Netflix for weebs.
Netflix for losers.
Okay.
Japanese fan
Netflix
losers.
for weebs
Netflix for weebs, Crunchyroll.
for anime.
For anime.
Why is it called Crunchyroll?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I think it's like a sushi.
Well, I wondered that.
reference.
It's a Japanese food
Yeah, no,
reference,
but he jokes
yeah.
up. This is like one of the cliches of weebism, where it's kind of like
Fucking hell, I'm in trouble.
Even I hate this.
I'm in
Like,
trouble.
yeah,
here.
I've watched 2 animes and now I understand Japan. So
Yeah.
sushi,
I
that's a
see.
thing.
So anyway, I've
Yeah.
collected a list
Yeah.
of. I haven't watched these animes.
These are
right?
titles.
But these are titles that are too long.
Oh, here
And
we
I've
go.
started with the shortest too long title.
Okay.
And I'll build up to what I've in my research, which has been like maybe an hour max, not even that.
I reckon this is going to be a long list.
Most people, it's not. Most
Oh.
people agree is the longest named title anime
Okay.
that there is. Right?
Sure.
Gillingham have just conceded, by the way. It's now 2-1.
Wait, they gave up.
Wow.
Oh, they conceded a goal.
Conceded a goal.
I was going to say, I
Ah.
thought
Not
that
the-
means
not-
they just
Yeah,
bailed on
no,
the match.
conceded. So there
Just walked off the pitch.
are around 25 minutes remaining, and it's currently 2-1.
My God.
Okay, so would you watch this? This is the title.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? That's the whole title.
I thought
Is
you
that
were
a
gonna
question?
Read it in Japanese. Or...
Is it wrong?
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Well, we had
I'll
to
be honest. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be honest at this point. I thought the work permit joke was a bit on the edgy side, and that's just blown that out of the water.
We're never going to get a sponsorship now.
Yeah, I really thought.
ruined that.
I thought when
Cool.
my initial thinking was that we have a
Oh,
strategy.
oh,
when Chris,
no.
when Chris eventually ruins us, I was like, but no, I wasn't expecting it to come from this angle.
But
No,
here we
no.
go.
no.
This angle. See what you
Angle,
did there.
angel.
Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? It's quite wordy, isn't it?
It is wordy,
But it's
yeah.
maybe not like a crime. It's not a word crime.
No, it kind of it scans
But you could call it like
grammatically.
you could call it dungeon flirting,
Yeah.
couldn't you?
Yeah,
Dungeon-
yeah.
I mean, it's a bad conceit for a story.
yeah. Well, that's just a question for another day.
Yeah.
What about we still don't know the name of the flower we saw that day?
That's too long.
That's too long, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah.
But in
Unknown flower.
in the original Japanese, which I would hasten to add, don't.
Shall I give it another go?
No.
Maybe I can fix it.
No, it's fine.
Maybe I can fix our
It's
cultural
fine.
relationship with Japan.
In the original
I'd probably leave it.
Japanese, would that not just maybe have like a much shorter name, and that's just like the weird?
Well, I've seen side by side. I've seen the box art both in English and in Japanese, and there's just loads of text there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite long there. But also like there's a thing called transliteration rather than translation, right?
Right, yeah.
Well, you wouldn't understand because I know a lot of things. I read a lot of books.
Yeah, I don't really understand words. Yeah, go on, please draw
like,
me paint me a picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, explain what's happening.
We could literally translate everything the Japanese title is, and we still don't know the name of the flower we saw that day.
Sure.
Or we could go, well, really, what they're trying to say, or what we would say in English, is the unknown flower.
Yeah, that's probably a good.
Do you know what I
I
mean?
prefer that.
That's yeah.
I think I prefer
So what
that.
you're saying is the translation team probably should have taken the license to go. We're gonna, kind of give this a bit more. We're gonna punch it up. A
Yeah,
bit.
rather than just like
Anglify this.
word
Yeah.
for fucking word.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you, for example.
That can't be a real one.
That is a real one. These are all real.
Mm.
It says really 5 times.
Why would you translate all of the reallys?
She
It's
really. It could just be called "She really loves you,"
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's kind of like.
No one's workshop
Yeah.
this, clearly.
Right. So top 3. Here we go. Ready? Like the third longest that I could find.
These are...
The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. It's basically just a description of the.
I think you made a mistake. You.
Sorry.
It's the
That's
synopsis.
the synopsis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, do you want me to do it in a Japanese? accent?
No, I'm pulling the ripcord on this one.
Oh no, it's not Ripon, is it? Oh fuck.
It's Nippon.
Nippon. fuck.
Nippon. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he corrected it. It's
Otherwise,
fine.
no, otherwise because Rip.
Ah,
That would have
I was
been
going
a.
to do that joke.
Yeah,
There could
no.
have been a joke,
But it's not the
Yeah,
same.
no,
it's
no,
not,
it's
forget
very
it,
different.
forget
Yeah.
it.
This is the police station in front of Kamiari Park in Katsushika Ward.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to know everything about where the police station is.
No,
Yeah.
It could just be called police station.
Because
Yeah.
isn't the issue that's like if you could actually like read and understand Japanese like, as it's originally written, it is quite a descriptive,
Flowery, verbose.
verbose language. And
Yes.
of course, if you've grown up with that, it just makes perfect sense. Like,
That said, though,
Yeah.
take Dragon Ball for example. That is literally just called Dragon Ball.
yeah,
In Japanese
Where did the
as
Z
well.
come from?
Who?
Z.
Oh, well, that's
that's
like,
a whole.
It's like there was Dragon Ball, and then there was like the second half of the story was Dragon Ball Z. basically. It's
Jesus.
kind of like Dragon Ball 2, really.
So is it actually a 2?
It's not. It is.
It's like the original trilogy versus say the new trilogy.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a time jump.
I see.
Yeah, a bit of a time.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the longest one.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This is all a title.
I
of
think
a
it's going
show.
to be bad.
Strap in.
The misfit of Demon King Academy, history's strongest demon king, reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants.
Why? That's a synopsis. That again is a
Is it-
long synopsis.
Yeah, it's just
This can't be real.
history's strongest demon king reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants.
History's-
I don't think we need to know,
History's demon king.
Yeah, this is
fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
or like the reincarnated king. You know,
That's
like, we
pretty
don't need
good.
to- we
That's
don't need
pretty
to say
good.
everything.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that's evocative, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I wonder why. He's
That's
reincarnated.
interesting as a
Yeah.
title,
Why is he
yeah.
a king? What does it mean? You know,
Yeah.
this is the kind of the fun of a title, right? Is that you get an opportunity to both hint at what it's about, but also suggest a bit of mystery to make people want to read it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if it's the reincarnated king, you're like, well, why is he reincarnated?
Hmm.
What kind of king is he? What was he a king of? Who's he? You know,
Yeah.
what does it mean to be a reincarnated king? Has he lost his kingdom? How long has it been since he's loads of questions. But instead, it's the misfit of Demon King Academy, history's strongest demon king reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants. I know everything now.
Now you know
Sam.
everything you need to know.
I just know
Yeah.
everything.
You're either in
Yeah.
or out at that point.
Yeah.
Is it like this was a gradual, like over years, in which kind of like anime has been coming to Western audiences?
Indeed.
There's been a gradual creep of, say, translators going, "What is this? We don't understand it. We're going to translate it. I don't know what this is meant to be. Let the audience work it out."
Maybe quite badly sometimes.
Maybe that's like the 80s.
That's the 80s.
And then, like, we're kind of like, a few decades later, And now they're like, these weebs love this shit.
Yeah.
They're drinking in the Japanese
We could
culture.
give it a decent
Anglicised.
localized name.
Yeah.
Not going to fucking do that. They're going to get their 17-syllable title.
Yeah.
And they'll lap it
They'll
up.
eat it up because it's kind of Japanese.
They'll
Yeah.
lap it up.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
I think you're right. I think it is that. But also it is a trend that's only started in the last, say, few years.
Yeah.
Because, as I say, Dragon Ball
Yeah.
or Pokemon, that is what they're literally called in
Yes.
their homeland.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not inherently a Japanese thing.
It translates because it's kind of Anglified in a way.
Yeah.
But also it's intriguing enough.
I
that
guess
it's, that it's its own thing.
I guess like something like Pokemon, they're probably thinking like good marketing. It's punchy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
short.
exactly,
It's
yeah.
going to work in a bunch of different languages.
Yep.
And now, in the year of our Dark Lord 2024, they're like, this is what people love. They really want this kind of like gibberish kind of
100%.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's where we
Because
are.
Pokemon is meant to be like a pocket monsters. That was what we
Yeah,
used to.
I think they call it Pocket Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it got. I think it did get anglicized into Pokemon everywhere else, and then
Yeah.
they readopted it back.
Because it's got the little the Frenchy
little
kind
accent,
of
and I don't really know-
inflex over
Pokemon.
the E. Pokemon.
Does the
Okay.
whole world agree that when you put a little line over an E, we go A? Is that?
Pokemon.
Do we all agree on that? Because I thought that was a French thing.
Hmm.
But do other
I
languages
don't know how you
go?
pronounce it.
Or did they only add the little inflection when they translated it for English-speaking countries, and they were like, people are going to call it Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Yeah,
You're probably right.
You're
Yeah.
probably right.
That is probably it.
I don't know.
But even then, that would suggest that countries outside of France will read that and go, "Oh, it's Pokemon."
I don't know.
That's weird, isn't
I
it?
don't know.
Pokemon, it rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It's a very good title.
It's quite punchy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, it's very popular Pokemon.
Yeah, I think it's
I
gonna,
hear.
I think it's gonna.
I think it's going to catch on. Actually,
On the
I think it's
grapevine.
got the potential.
Yeah.
Is there a Pokemon movie?
There's many.
Oh, so many. Like you would not believe.
But is there like a, the like Western world Pokemon movie where it's just like random American actors?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
there?
Well, it's
Detective
Japanese
Pikachu.
animation, but it's,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there's Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Ryan
That's a
Reynolds.
Hollywood
isn't it?
movie.
Yeah.
One of the Ryans.
Everyone wanted it to be Danny DeVito, but they got Ryan
should have been
Reynolds.
Danny DeVito,
Yeah, it should have
yeah,
been Danny
it really
DeVito.
What,
yeah.
voicing
Pikachu.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds voices Pikachu.
Yeah,
That's
but,
correct,
but
but it
everyone was
should have
like,
been
it
Danny
should have
DeVito.
been Danny DeVito.
I'd have thought it should be a child. No?
No, I think the point. Well, yeah, normally, but the conceit.
Doesn't he have a high voice?
Well, yeah, but the conceit of that movie.
Whatever his name is.
No,
Pikachu.
it's not called like biblically accurate Pikachu. It's
No.
called Detective Pikachu.
I see.
He's like a hard-boiled
This is
detective.
an
It's
older version
It's a funny
of Pikachu.
joke because he looks like a cute little mouse.
I see,
but he's
actually
got like a
a
man's
detective.
voice.
Oh, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, that's the joke. at the
That is the
heart.
joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
back
don't get
to
it.
Chris
when
gets it.
I was but a child.
Oh, yeah.
You were a butter child.
A butter child.
And
John the
Greasy boy.
John the butter child.
And my brother and I
Bring out the butter child.
and my brother and I went to see the first Pokemon movie at a cinema in Pwllheli.
It's
up
quite
in
a weird
Wales
movie.
With my
This is a subtitled movie.
It's
it was dubbed,
It was
in,
dubbed in
into
English.
English.
Right, fine.
Yeah.
just like the show was.
So I went to see the Pokemon movie in the
Right.
year of our Lord, like
1997?
8, 9, 7.
Somewhere
No,
around
it would have been later, like maybe 99, 2000,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
I
that's
feel like I've missed the boat with Pokemon.
With my Welsh grandma, who
Oh, I bet she hated that.
well, and I think back to like she would have been like 80 something
Yeah.
or something like that. Like, what did she think was
I
happening?
wonder what she thought because she didn't have a phone to look
Yeah,
at.
she lived through like rationing.
Yeah.
Like, what did she think was happening?
Because we all
That's
we
love,
all
right?
accept. You know, we lovingly call Japanese cartoons big eye cartoons, right?
Yeah.
They've got very large eyes, but we've all grown up with the gradual sort of descent, shall we say,
Yeah.
of characters being drawn like that, and we all go, "That's a human being." When really, if you'd never seen a cartoon before, and then like
Yeah.
Ash from the Pokemon world, who's a human man,
He's a 10-year-old boy who sounds like a 48-year-old woman who's been smoking cigarettes since
Yeah.
she was born.
if he walked onto the screen,
I see.
you might not read that as a person
Yeah.
because it doesn't really look
I
like
know.
a person.
I just think like, you live through the Second World War,
Mm.
all the other wars that came after that, which I suddenly can't recall.
Vietnam.
Yeah,
Vietnam,
the
you know.
Boer War. When was
Yeah,
that?
Where was the Cold War?
yeah, the Falklands, all of that, you
All
know.
that shit, yeah.
I can't think of a time, right?
Okay, we go.
Generally speaking, where let's say is your grandmother's life,
Yeah,
where when she was born was so wildly different
yeah,
to like where she ended up.
I
exactly.
know.
Yeah,
She saw some shit.
yeah.
Like I feel like we've obviously lived through some changes, but all that technology was ostensibly there, like screens, color
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, that's true.
Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
It
It's
just all
that-
got flatter and
It's
smaller.
just got flatter and smaller. Exactly.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
We may be, and admittedly, yeah, like ours is not as dramatic, But we're maybe the last generation alive who remember not having internet and then having internet. And I think that's the only comparable thing. Because when we were born, there were cars, screens, as you rightly said, airplanes, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't remember the first time I went on the internet, but obviously we remember the noise that everyone now thinks is very funny when you connected to the internet.
I mean, there'll be straight up people who have never heard that noise.
No.
Probably never will.
Yeah.
which is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I suppose that's the way they feel about having been on rations and then watching the Pokemon movie.
I would love to have talked to your grandma.
Yeah.
Stepping out of that cinema.
What's your review of that movie?
What did you think? Tell me one thing that happened.
Because even now, like thinking back as a man pushing 40 who has lived through all this, I can pretty much guarantee that first movie is incomprehensible.
Yeah.
I think you have this
I watched it recently. I watched it in the last couple of years.
I think you have this poor woman.
It's insane.
I know.
I bet she was thinking, what on earth?
Yeah.
I mean, but firstly, and most perhaps profoundly, you cannot understand that movie if you haven't watched Pokemon before
Right.
and understand the core conceit of what Pokemon is.
And
because it does nothing to explain.
And I actually kind of wonder if my grandma had never seen a cartoon.
I mean, there's a very real chance.
Let alone...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
So
she must have thought it was the end times or something like that.
So for those who don't know,
she was Methodist.
the point of Pokemon is to catch the Pokemon.
You have to
you
catch
must catch them all. Like it's really
That's basically it.
it's required reading.
In a
It's
nutshell.
like a world of wildlife that you catch against their consent and put them in balls.
Oh,
But they're sentient.
right.
They're like alive and they could have conversations with
So
you.
it's like Badniks, basically.
That
it's
is
kind of-
such a weird comparison point.
Yeah, it's not
Thank
wrong
you.
though, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, you're putting them inside little
I see what you
robotic
mean.
technological capsules.
Yeah, that's
I understand that.
Okay, I take it back. Yeah,
I understand
take it
that.
back.
Yeah, you see, you have your.
See, I don't know the rest of it. That's all I know.
You've got your Sonic knowledge.
Yeah, I've got that. That's all I've got.
You're enough
Yeah.
of a weeb, really.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's
I remember
right.
when.
It's not a compliment.
I remember when my friend Sim explained to me. I remember in year 9 math class, I think, explained to me about this thing called.
You should have been doing maths.
Yeah, you
fucking.
It was the end of a level.
No wonder you
End of a
failed.
level? Fuck, what's wrong with my brain? End of a lesson. And he said to me,
End of the level.
there's this thing called...
That sums you up, John.
I know, well,
doesn't
there
it?
we go.
Yeah.
Oh, maths, maths joke. Sums.
Oh, that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
maths joke,
No,
yeah.
not
And he
intentionally.
said it was this thing called Pokemon, and it's like Nintendo characters catching monsters. And I honestly thought Mario over net. That's the only thing that just popped into my head.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Go!
What are we on?
3-2.
3-1
What, 3-1?
to Gillingham.
Oh, sorry. I thought we conceded
This
one.
is insane.
Conceded 1. So now
was
it's
it
3-1.
Oh, I thought it was 2-1.
Go!
Oh,
John, don't say this to Chris, but I thought Gillingham were kind of a shit team.
I know. I mean, I thought they were mediocre at best.
Yeah,
but
3-1 is a big
Go,
score for
go,
a shit team.
go!
maybe this is a season in which it finally comes home
Maybe
to Gillingham.
maybe football is coming home to Gillingham,
To Gillingham.
and they'll all
yeah.
celebrate with spring onions.
If football came to Gillingham, it would want to get the hell out of there, let me tell you.
We're
We're winning 3-1.
I've got a hate.
Go on.
Now, I just need to
Visual aids.
I just need to check my research because I'm going to pronounce this
See,
wrong.
we both did research. Did you do research?
Well, I went to the restaurant.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
I'll allow
that's
that.
all I did.
I hate. Yeah, I want to get this right.
Here we go.
I'm probably going to mispronounce it. It reads
Is
better.
it Japanese? Because if you say it in a
No,
Japanese
no,
accent,
no,
that makes
it's-
it better.
Zombie twit.
Oh.
Zombie tweet.
Zombie tweet?
So zombie.
There's quite a big difference between the two.
So the word zombie
Okay, I can know that. I'll say
and then
that.
TWT.
Twit.
Twit.
Zombie.
Zombie twit.
Zombie twat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Occasionally written with an X. So like zombie with an X.
Zombie Twix.
Zombix.
Like no, as in like replace the
Zom-
Z.
I would
Zombie.
have a bowl of Zombix. for
Zombie.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, ex-zombie. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Zombie, yeah.
So
Is this a... I'm going to
That's not how you
guess.
spell it.
I'm going to guess this is a username for a personality online.
no. Although
Christ.
no, it is a hashtag
Oh.
associated with a community
Here we go.
who
Excuse me, sorry.
Christ
I
alive.
had to do it.
Got a problem, this guy.
This is just like the worst podcast. Like I mean, like I think it might actually be
the
the
bar's
worst.
very low,
yeah,
John.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know whether I could get under that.
yeah. So this is a Twitter
Oh, yeah.
community
It's a Twitter community.
where it uses a hashtag,
and they all use that hashtag.
yeah, zombie twit. It is a community
Oh, it's not a community. It's a bunch of weirdos.
that
being weird.
How are two things different? Yeah,
That's a fair point.
that revolves around. This is challenging. I'm just putting it out there.
I can tell.
Producing content
Oh no.
in which you kind of role play as a zombie, although that is not required reading.
Zombies.
You don't have to claim you're a zombie, although it's adjacent to it.
Okay.
And
I don't really know how you...
Yeah, I don't know how you do.
as
both.
part of this, you eat things which would not generally be considered palatable.
Oh.
So,
Like what?
well, okay. So the pioneer, the brave adventurer who created this community is called Cruddy Mary.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's everything I need to know.
Okay, and the community has grown.
Has it?
Yes, indeed.
By
so
1%.
it is a broad church, shall we say? Like many people can believe many things and still be in the zombie twit space.
Sure.
But say, for example, you're going about your business and you're in the zombie twit community, and you might go, "Man, I really want to poll my audience. Like, I really want to kind of get their opinion on, like, would you rather eat, say, just theoretically
zombies,
now, a rotten fish head, or this wet, half-eaten gummy sweet that I found on the floor?"
Well, I shouldn't have to decide.
And there's photo evidence of both, and then people will.
So it's like a fetish for grotty boys.
I mean, like, it's hard to find a better way of describing it.
but then what comes of that? It's like, do you then have to do it?
Well, you don't have to do anything.
Well, what's the point of it?
Is the poll like, I will eat one of these, or was it, would you rather eat one of these?
Well, as in, like, I'm going to ask the
he
question,
should have to
and then
do
I'm
it.
going to do whatever my heart tells me is true.
Because I'm a zombie.
Does he do one of them then?
And then does he film it?
Maybe.
So Cruddy Mary kicked this all off.
Yeah, Cruddy Mary kicked this all off. So
what did Cruddy Mary do to kick this off?
Well, Cruddy Mary seems to have a deep compulsion to
eat vile things.
So apparently there is a condition
Lovely.
Here we go.
called pica.
Pikachu.
Wait,
Yeah.
PICA,
Pokemon.
which is in which sufferers feel a compulsion to eat things which are not generally considered food.
Okay.
Like, I think
that sounds made up.
there have historically been TV shows called, like, My Weird Food Fascination.
But that's people who just eat chips.
No, well, no, it's not though, because like this is okay. This is separate but real. Like, on this show, which I think aired on like some American channel,
Sure.
they would go and like film a piece with this woman who was obsessed with eating, as an example, the foam from her sofa.
Oh.
Okay.
I feel like I saw that.
So like kind of every
remember vaguely at the
evening
time.
she'd sit on the sofa,
Do a little chomp.
and then like just tear off a chunk of
That's
the
a
sofa.
That's a terrible waste of money.
And then as you add it, and over time, you've eaten the sofa, basically.
Nice. Well,
So
that's that guy who had a plane.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. There's people who might eat light bulbs or, swallow coins. These are real conditions.
Okay.
So pica overlaps a little bit, but it's not required
To be a zombie twin.
Yeah. So, and I think the thing I'm trying to wrap my head around is the idea that like there are people who seem to quite enjoy role playing as a zombie.
Right.
So they might tweet going like, "Gosh, I'm really hungry for brains today." Lol, and everyone go, oh, I also feel that
Me too.
because I'm a zombie. But then, I would think to myself, well, zombies historically eat brains and meat.
Yeah, living people.
Yeah, but then you might
But
just
then they'll eat a
Do
pine
zombies
cone.
just eat brains?
It varies, doesn't it? From sort of
depending on the
zombie to
mythology.
zombie.
Because my working knowledge of zombies is that they just like bite people and scratch them,
Yeah.
And then they infect them, and then they become zombies.
They become
But
zombies.
sometimes they'll like eat your guts and everything. They're like,
Yeah, I think it depends
Yeah.
on the situation.
But then do those zombies come back to life?
Yeah.
This
If they eat the
Yeah.
brain,
This is the eternal problem with zombies,
Yeah.
right? Because whenever you see a zombie eat a person, they eat them entirely.
yeah.
And then how on earth is there going to be a new zombie?
But then how do they become? Yeah, exactly.
Does there have to be enough left over? Like in a rare situation where they
But
don't
why would
finish?
they leave any meat?
This is the real
I
question,
would eat
yeah.
like one limb,
Yeah.
and then they could carry on as a zombie.
I think the point
That's very good of you.
isn't
Yeah,
the
I
way
think
it
so.
spreads. Is that like you get bitten, but then you escape, and then like
And then you
a
turn
few hours
separately.
later. Yeah, that's how it spreads.
But if you get turned in a crowd,
Yeah,
they'll
they just eat you. So
No,
finish
I
the
see.
job is the answer here.
finish the job.
Yeah.
So
fucking zombies.
it's kind of so. I guess the thing I don't quite understand is that you could be role playing zombies 1 minute who eat brains,
Yeah.
I don't know, or just
Sure.
bite people, and then suddenly you're going like, I'm gonna make a milkshake, but out of curdled milk. I'm gonna make it out of rotten milk
Because I'm a grotty.
I'm a dirty boy.
That would make you quite a posh zombie, though, wouldn't it?
I guess so.
It'd also
would
make you
say.
shit
yeah.
for a day.
And
Yeah.
I guess the question is, a lot of them would post, say, photos of them preparing these disgusting meals.
But we don't see him eat it.
Yeah, so I guess the question is, are they actually eating it? Or
No.
are
Do
they-
any of them post
Absolutely
videos
not.
of them eating it?
Well, one would imagine.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean, if I got into it and searched the
Like,
hashtag,
if you're really into it, and
I
just
don't have a
want to,
Twitter
like,
account
just go
anymore,
and
so
search.
I can't.
But it is a distressing.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
That's just being grim for attention.
I'm endlessly impressed how you go down these mines, so we don't have to. Bring,
I don't know how you
Yeah.
found that
to bring
hashtag.
back these awful, awful things for us.
Yeah.
And it's great for the podcast, but I think it's bad for you.
Yeah, I don't feel
Bad for you
great
in the
about
long
this.
term.
Yeah. So, for example,
Here we go.
Here we go, yeah.
We're
So
gonna be,
again, Cruddy Mary, who's really just the
I don't like this Cruddy Mary person.
the kind of
quite a funny name.
It is quite funny though,
Cruddy Mary.
Because it's like Bloody Mary,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like Galileo. He challenged the Catholic Church. Cruddy
Yeah.
Mary,
Challenges your social
Yeah.
conventions of eating.
So, would you rather eat
Here we go.
Oh, you go. Is this Cruddy?
a mouldy parsnip? And there's a photo.
Yeah.
Or tea made with rotten milk?
Show me the parsnip.
Those aren't. Let's have a look.
They
Yeah.
both look pretty bad, don't they? I'd probably have the
And
a
in the
rotten parsnip.
And I think in this community, the community has overwhelmingly
God.
voted for the mouldy parsnip. I
But
would
then,
say.
but that's the more mild of the options. So
Yeah.
what is? This
Yeah, what are they
community?
actually into?
Uh,
If they
Okay,
were, if they should go for the worst one.
Oh, that's challenging.
Show me.
I don't think you wouldn't thank me.
I'm not going to anyway. I have to see it. I have to know.
Mouldy bread.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's really bad.
Do you actually
No,
want?
go on. Yeah. That is mouldy.
Yeah,
That is
that's
so
very
moldy.
moldy,
It looks like a fungus farm.
Yeah. More mouldy bread.
Or this mouldy bread. Moldy
what are they
white,
saying,
moldy
like-
white bread or moldy brown bread?
I'm gonna eat this.
The classic green bread mold. This next one is green. Tastes dusty even if the bread's wet, and you can feel the spores hit the back of your throat. Tastes kind of like dirt and rot, and the bread turns alcoholic.
These don't seem
5
that extreme
stars.
for me. These just seem like guys who are just like,
This is
yeah, I'll have something that's past its sell by date.
This is definitely a sex thing because the way they're talking,
Yeah,
the language they're
everything-
using, it's
everything
like they're
is.
all getting aroused by it.
Yeah. Like, I found an open can of energy drink on the street.
Well, that's not that bad.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Although it could be piss.
It could be piss, yeah.
Go!
I found an app.
You're kidding me, it's not 4-1.
It's 4-1 to Gillingham.
That's not a normal football score.
No, that's like an exciting game. How did that
My
happen?
God!
Are you sad you're missing this game?
We're going to
now?
win the lot.
Are
We're
you-
going to win the lot.
How did
The
you
lot.
do last season?
Mid-table.
Mid-table, yeah.
We look better this year, though.
Don't
after
ruin this
one
for
game.
him.
Is all that money finally paying off, is what you're saying?
It better.
better.
Now, what we've done is, because we didn't score many goals last season, we've bought more attacking players and kept the same defensive players. So it should work.
That seems like what I'd do if I was playing
that seems
Championship
like,
Manager.
yeah, that seems like the thing to do.
That seems like the thing
And
to
we've
do.
scored 4 goals, which is, I
like
can't remember the last time we did that.
It's paying off.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well,
Chris is happy.
I think I've brought everything I can to the table.
I don't want any more because
Yeah.
what they bring to the table is gross meals.
I think it's
Yeah.
quite tame compared to what I was expecting in terms of what they're trying to do to gross each other out.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of safe. Like, we don't have to engage with this if we don't want
The
No.
thing is, it's not necessarily how extreme the rotten food is that bothers me. It's the fact that they're doing it. I just think it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
I mean, we joke about it, but the internet really was a mistake.
I think
mean,
overall we'll look back, when we're an enlightened species of
Yeah.
elevated energy beings that exist purely in the photon verse,
Yes.
we'll look back on this period of us as flesh meat vessels eating rotten bread and we'll be like, no, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was a bad part of our history.
Because there's a school of thought that
Remember
says...
when we used to eat things?
Yeah, now we
Yeah,
just
for
absorb energy
fun.
from
No,
the
we
background
don't
radiation.
don't
or
eat
whatever.
so
Yeah,
anymore.
because where have we gone? Like, even just on this podcast, we've seen people eating shit out of a toilet.
Shit, well, not shit, but yes, food out
Sorry,
of the
not
toilet.
shit. Chocolate out of a toilet
Chocolate and cream
for attention.
for attention,
Because,
clout.
all the good ideas have been taken.
apparently.
When was this?
We've done that on air.
Yeah, it was a TikTok I saw of a woman eating food out of a
Oh,
toilet.
maybe that was the last episode.
Because she was
I-
original.
No, it was ages ago.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause she
you've
was-
probably forgotten.
She was quirky and interesting.
that does sound
Yeah.
quirky, yeah.
And we've seen, like, cuboid food.
Yes.
Yeah, that was another one.
I remember
brought.
that.
And now
was,
we've
yeah.
seen people just eating rotten bread because,
That's rubbish.
yeah.
That's rubbish.
Yeah. they
Chris
wanna-
says that's
But
rubbish.
They wanna
hey,
do
it's a
human
tough,
brains.
It's a tough economy. We all want attention. Like, we've
Oh,
got to do,
yeah.
got to do something.
we are struggling for ways to stand out
Yeah.
in this clout-based content era that we
Yes.
live in.
And
And thank you again to both our listeners.
Yeah. Everything has been done. There is nothing left to do.
Especially a comedy podcast with 3 cis white guys.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's about time.
Yeah, it's
we
about-
had a
it's
comedy
about-
podcast
yeah.
with 3 white guys.
Gotta say, there are times when I realise I am. No one is more aware of how shit our podcast is than people get.
Well, than you,
than me, but people sitting around this table.
And the people listening to it.
Yeah. But I do
They're
hear,
complicit.
when I listen to more professionally produced podcasts,
sure.
and I hear some
I
of the
see.
ads in which I've talked about this on air before, in which they wheel out the presenters
Yes.
from other podcasts and force them to promote
conversation.
shit.
Yeah.
And my God, we are not there is so much further to fall.
That's good to know, actually.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think, and listeners back me up on this,
Yeah.
that you're happy to not have this, like, a quality audio interrupted by shitty ads.
We should
Yeah.
do ads.
No,
shouldn't
no.
Yeah. Do you think if we started
No,
like,
that's not the takeaway from what I just said.
we should like, just for like money.
do you think well
Oh, there's
For
money.
Oh, for money.
Yeah.
we
but-
would get money, John.
if we just started advertising a product, do you think they'd pay us to stop?
If we right.
Yeah, we could do, what's it, anti-advertising?
Yeah, well, let's do a Kinder Bueno ad in the next episode,
Hmm.
and then we'll tag.
do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll tag Kinder Bueno in whatever you
Yeah.
put out on social media. What do you put?
Jesus.
And then we'll see what they say.
Yeah.
That's true. We could message them and we could just say we did an ad
Hey,
for
we've,
you
done,
for free.
we've done an ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hopefully
just-
you'll pay for the next one.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I just get some pride that we can like at least mostly string a sentence together while half cut.
Yeah.
And you get these guys who are like, and now an ad from our sponsors, and it's just like, hey guys, it's me, Spango, and I'm Bolero Rivioli.
Yeah.
And we host for Two Fucking Mad Lags podcast.
Yeah.
The most
I love
hilarious,
that one.
the most hilarious podcast about manhood, culture, and those fucking women. Anyhow, today, why not treat yourself to a Honda Accord? It's back, and it's never been more drivable.
Yeah.
You're so right, Spango. My voice is your voice.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
It's weird.
I'm the wacky one. He is.
He is. I am equally wacky.
Yeah, and we laugh legitimately.
Yes.
Anyhow, join us every week for laughs. Question mark.
Question mark?
Yeah. In which our natural charisma just rolls off our tongues. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic.
Just like the Honda Honda Accord rolls to a stop. No brakes. How you don't need brakes.
Yeah. Anyhow, who's got a love? Who's got a
Well,
love?
you should probably
Yeah,
kick
go on
us
then.
off with it.
My love is the Paddington Bear experience.
Poddington Ball!
Poddington Ball.
He's back.
We
He's
went.
back.
He's back.
We went.
We did it.
Yeah.
We lived it. We
saw the
experienced
sights.
it. We saw all that Paddington had to offer.
I saw your son challenge a man-sized Paddington bear.
Well, he
To a
does,
duel.
it turns out, so far,
So
he
far.
doesn't really like men dressed in outfits of beloved children's
in
characters.
bearskin.
No,
Yeah,
not so far anyway.
No.
So overall, this was a bad call for him.
No.
No.
The experience itself was very good. That was just the photo op at the end,
Oh, I see.
which was fine. But the actual experience was very, very good.
Nice.
Very, very good. So we went last Friday, which doesn't mean anything to the people listening,
Sure.
but you know.
They'll
That's,
work it
that's, a,
So we
that's
went
an
to
arbitrary date.
London.
London.
Oh,
Li-
you
We
don't.
went to London.
The big smoke.
London.
Londres.
London.
Londres.
We went there.
Yeah.
Got on the old tube.
Got me old tube.
On the old underground.
You took your boy on the tube.
He went on the tube.
First time on the tube?
First time on the tube.
First time on the tube.
Christ
And
I
for
always
him as
remember
well.
my first time.
What a regular governor.
Went to Westminster Station
Oh, the seat of democracy.
Where democracy was born in.
in the local area.
in the Western
yes.
world.
Where democracy was born and died.
The other day.
Cheltenham Town have scored 3-2. And we
Well, they can fuck off.
yeah, screw them. And we walked over the bridge, which was very busy. Fuck the tourists.
Yeah, well, you weren't one.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Practically a local, mate.
Yeah. Hello there.
Oh, yeah.
Apples and pears, apples and pears.
what a
Yeah.
friend.
Just getting a pain and beer experience, all right? So we went there,
Yeah.
and you get in, and they're like, "Hello, welcome.
Hello,
Are
welcome.
you excited for the day?"
Are you excited?
And the premise is
You
it's
said
the
no.
annual Marmalade Festival.
Oh, so you brought your marmalade.
Well,
You better bring something to appease that fucking bear.
here's the thing: Paddington has lost his marmalade.
Oh my god!
On Marmalade
that's the
Festival
one thing.
Day.
A, he likes it. I don't know if you know this.
He
but he
does.
loves marmalade.
He does.
And B, that's the other half of his personality.
On the what's the first half?
Bear.
He's got bear marmalade.
He's got a coat. I don't know.
It's got toggles.
Yeah, I've never related more to a fictional character.
But
I
what-
love marmalade. Can't get
Do
enough.
you?
Yeah, big
What?
fan.
Do you eat it out the can?
I
or whatever
do.
the fuck
Yeah,
it
I
comes
do.
in?
I do actually. That's not a joke. Yeah, I'll treat myself to a little spoonful of marmalade.
Yeah. What a time to lose his marmalade, though.
What
Well,
worst
exactly.
time?
I just.
Marmalade
God.
Festival Day. Anyway,
I'm just glad the cameras were rolling.
yeah.
Absolute
So we
chungus.
got on the train.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Well, the
Well,
marmalade
Paddington
train.
chain.
Yeah, we got on the train.
There's a train.
There's a train.
It's a room that when the windows.
It's a room.
The windows like change as if you're moving.
Now that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And it took us to Windsor Gardens station.
Oh, Windsor Garden Station.
Whatever.
I don't think that's real.
No,
Fuck
they're lying.
you.
They're lying to you, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think we've got a Hogwarts situation.
Yeah. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
we got a code H.
And Mrs. Brown was there to greet us.
Oh, I see.
From
CGI?
Mrs. Brown's Boys.
From Mrs. Brown, yeah. Weirdly.
CGI or a real person?
No, a real person.
Oh my god.
Like playing her, and she was putting up the bunting, and then she took us into Paddington's house, and we had a look around, and then we saw Mrs. Bird, and we helped her do her shopping.
Was she a bird?
Who's Mrs. Bird?
She's their assistant.
She a human?
Uh,
Slave?
You can say
Yeah.
servant.
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 Maid.
Yeah. Maid.
Whatever.
Was this all very charmingly 1960s?
Yeah, very much
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We did like a jigsaw puzzle on a canvas and that kind of thing.
Was it in the same canon as the modern day Paddington cartoon that you watch?
It's more the movie, I would say. It's
Oh,
it's
right.
the house looks just like the movie house.
Oh,
So
right.
but there are elements of the cartoon within that.
Sure.
So we
Very
went
good.
into the kitchen, and Mrs. Bird needs some help with her shopping.
Oh,
Lazy,
she's not being paid to.
so and so.
She's a slave.
And then she was like, "Oh no, we still can't find the marmalade. We need to go to Peru."
That's a long way to go.
For marmalade.
Well,
For marmalade?
and then we went in a magic cupboard, and the cupboard opened, and we were in Peru.
What is this fiction? What's going on here?
And then there was a bloke there. And then we had
Hello.
yeah.
I'm cousin. I'm cousin.
no, he wasn't
Bear.
a bear. He wasn't a bear.
I like the idea that there was a bloke there.
None of
but
these people are bears.
You're not supposed to address his existence. It's like, there's a bloke there, but we don't talk about that. It's
No,
like,
he's-
don't talk to me.
His name was Morgan, I think. He was the explorer.
Morgan?
Yeah. He was the explorer that found.
Marmalade.
Yeah.
My name's
Found
Morgan, but don't address me.
And he was there.
I don't want to. I
in
don't
the-
want to
All
be
these people are
noticed.
cute. None of these people are bears.
In this rich
the
fiction.
only bear is Paddington.
Okay, in this rich fiction.
Which we haven't seen yet.
No, not you. Well, you've heard him, but you've not seen him.
We
yet.
heard him.
Oh my god, like he's hunting you.
Yeah.
Does Mar-
Snapping twigs behind
You've heard, and you saw like the top of his ears
Oh,
on the
Christ.
train because he was on the train.
Oh.
But then he's like, I've got to go because the fucking Marmalade Festival. And
fucking
and
Marmalade.
I have to go.
It's not going to organise itself.
Wait, does marmalade come from Peru in this rich fiction?
What a stupid question.
Where do you get marmalade from, John?
Morrison's, I don't know.
What was it say on the back? It says darkest Peru.
Oh, cool. There we go. I'm a right prick.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look silly.
Yeah.
You look silly now.
Yeah, massive.
So we
prick.
went to
Yeah,
Peru and we started making marmalade, right?
Sure.
And then
You made it.
oh yeah,
Big time.
oh yeah. Or
Was that from the teats?
You
Like straight
scamp-
from the udders?
straight from the Marmadukes. Yeah,
From Marmaduke's udder.
yeah. So then we went back
bad
to the
visual.
house, and Paddington was there waiting for us, going, "Oh, thanks so much for making those. Thanks very much for making the marmalade.
Oh, yeah.
This really cheered me up.
Marmalade
yeah.
for you, Paddington.
Anyway, off
Did you have to like smuggle a jar of marmalade in your ass all the way back from going through customs?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
for
a whole customs scene.
15 hours.
They
we were
strip
on
you
there.
down.
Yeah,
Anything to declare? No, officer.
I swear.
no.
Any citrus products?
So he was very happy because we got him his marmalade.
Paddington was.
And then he said, "Why don't you go down to the Marmalade Festival?" And then we're out on the street.
Oh, right, yeah.
The real street?
No,
So is that when you
they
met
didn't just
him?
kick us out. No, so that was an animatronic Paddington.
Oh. With a
Yeah.
grip.
Terrible.
Who was
Like Iron Man.
more size accurate.
A grip strong enough to crush a jar of
Yeah.
marmalade in his,
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
bed.
Marmalade! He spoke like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of marmalade in the animatronics
Yeah.
as well, because he's
Fro-
been breaking jars all
It was-
day.
All his gears were greased by marmalade.
Covered in marmalade and glass.
Because he breaks a jar for every visitor.
Come on, son, say hello to
Thank you for
Paddington.
bringing me my marmalade. Smash.
I
Yeah.
don't want to. There's a 5-minute window about like, I don't know, 10:48 in the morning in which Paddington is not threatening. And now he's covered in glass and
Glass. You can't hug him. 'cause that's sugary.
sugary preserve.
So that was the animatronic one.
So that, and then
How
we,
big was he?
Oh, like Paddington sized.
What does
I
that
don't know
mean?
what that means.
Think about what
Well-
you're saying. You're about to meet a life-size Paddington.
I would say roughly a third of the size of a human.
man.
A man.
So a
Right.
boy.
A small.
Yeah, like
A small boy size.
A boy size.
So-
And he was animatronic.
He
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Smash cut to
So then we're on the street,
Okay.
Turfed out.
like, and there's like a shop there, and you can have your picture taken with Paddington and all that kind of thing.
Another
Wait,
Paddington.
a different Paddington.
This is the one you would have seen on social media.
Oh, a man in a
man
Paddington
in a
suit.
So now
Paddington.
he's
No.
grown.
How tall is that man?
Oh, well, like a man size.
Yeah, so now we've seen a little Paddington.
Yeah.
And then seconds later,
Yeah.
was a giant one.
Yeah.
No wonder Jacob was pissed off at you.
Well, that's I can't explain that.
Is this a Mario situation where like
He's eating a mushroom.
Yeah, he eats a
This is a
glass of
capital
marmalade.
because he's now had
yeah.
his marmalade. Yeah,
a
exactly.
glass.
glass and lid
He's
and
had a
all.
glass
yeah.
of marmalade. Yeah.
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 Is it like Popeye? You know when he squeezes the tip
Yeah.
and it goes down his throat?
Wait, so you can't squeeze it. But he has to
Just get
lick,
it inside me.
he has to lick
smear it
the
on his
blood,
face.
glass, and marmalade off his hand.
Yeah. So we did.
Muzzle.
So we did that. That was great.
Yeah.
And then we like had a dance at the Marmalade Festival.
You danced there.
Oh,
With
yeah.
who?
Oh, the boy.
The boy.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and a third Paddington, but this one's even bigger.
Yeah, he's the third Paddington is ginormous.
It's like 2 stories high.
Yeah.
Exponential growth on his
Yeah.
marmalade.
Yeah, and then
Did you buy any marmalade?
No.
Can you buy
Well, we
marmalade?
got oh yeah, marmalade sandwiches. Guess how much a marmalade sandwich
Oh,
was?
right.
I'm going to say
not.
probably like a nice sort of normal amount of money, not inflated with modern economy. I'm going to say 75 pence.
Oh,
Wait. Are we talking a whole slice?
it was. Let's say
Two whole slices
I
of
didn't.
bread?
I didn't actually see it, which sort of speaks to the price. It would have been like 2 pieces of bread, probably cut in half.
Marmalade?
With marmalade in
With
between.
marmalade in. Yeah.
Margarine?
Oh, I don't know.
Or just pure marmalade?
Probably just marmalade.
If it was anything more than £5, I'm going to turn this table over.
£6.50.
No, it was £5. Yeah.
We got through that by the skin of our asses. I'll tell you this,
Yeah,
boys.
yeah.
I tell you this, we are all in the wrong industry because the markup on that sandwich is
So
unreal.
we didn't have that, but we did have some
Really?
some vanilla and orange ice cream,
Oh, that sounds nice.
which was all right.
I'd have eaten that.
And that was less than a £5.
Yeah,
so
it's $4.99.
Wow.
it was probably 4 something. I can't remember.
Christ alive.
But that was all right, and we had that, and that was very nice. And then we had our picture taken, bought a couple of the pictures. And yeah, it was
And then
nice.
is there a leaderboard?
What do you mean?
I mean, like who beat him and who lost to him? You know, in the fight, the fight with Paddington.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Like how high up the
yeah,
leaderboard were you?
I was top. Yeah. I took him down in 3.8 seconds. Go for the legs. That's the trick.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
It was very nice. It was a very nice way to spend the boy's birthday, and he stayed awake, and he was very good, and he enjoyed it.
How long did that whole thing take?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty worthy.
How much did it cost to get in?
Why did you ask like that?
I don't know.
I actually can't remember.
I feel this is
But it was 30 something each.
Oh,
I would
even
say.
the boy.
No, he was free.
Oh, of course it
okay,
was.
yeah.
Under 2s usually go free for
Christ
these kinds
alive.
of things.
I'm pretty weak. I'll stop there. No, I'm pretty weak for anything that's themed.
Yeah.
I like themed things.
Sure.
And even if it's a franchise, I don't give a shit about. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
a
yeah.
huge Paddington fan. I wouldn't
No.
say I'm a zero Paddington
No.
fan. Probably up in the sort of tens.
Oh, yeah.
maybe. Out of 1,000. But like, I love a themed event. Like, and if
Interesting,
they've done
yeah.
all the
It was-
work to make it look like a train and make it look
Yeah.
like a street and make it look like a Peru.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was
that-
good. And I'm one of the harshest critics of these kinds of
You are
things.
hard to please.
Yes,
very,
thank you.
very hard.
When a man dresses
woman.
as Paddington Bear.
Or it might have been a woman.
Okay, oh, yeah, sorry, you're right. No, I need to go check my assumptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I guess-
Yeah.
So on
Yeah.
that note, what I really want to ask is, what was that building when it isn't the Paddington?
That's a good
Experience?
question. Well, it's County Hall in Westminster.
I see.
So it's part of that. So like next door to it is the Shrek experience, whatever the fuck that is.
Experiences.
Christ alive!
And then next door to that is London Dungeon.
Oh, that's near the eye.
yeah, right by the eye. Yeah.
Oh,
The
I know what
Shrek.
that is.
How does the Shrek
Shrek Experience has
experience
been around for
end?
years.
I don't know what that is.
It's the
really.
exact same framework, but instead of marmalade,
guess.
it's fucking I don't know shit.
The thing,
yeah.
the thing
I think
is,
that's what it says on the poster, actually.
I would love to make an experience.
He's been saying this for years.
I have actually been saying this.
Of
for-
what?
Like,
Colossal?
anything.
Literally,
I'll work it out if it's my thing.
Give
yeah.
this
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
give this
yeah,
man an empty room and a budget. He'll make
Well,
it.
give me a
I
thing
think
on
that's
a
what they tried
franchise.
to do with Willy Wonka, wasn't it? They obviously
Yeah.
Yes.
piggybacked on this.
But that's a prime example
successful
of
enterprise.
how not to do it, shall we say?
Yeah.
And then it sounds like Poddington Boar has
Yeah.
really nailed how
Yes.
you do it.
I think so.
It's like-
do.
How did you
Um,
get the job,
Of
Paddington
the bear.
the bear?
What, in the costume?
No, the man.
the
Paddington
bear.
Man. There's
The
Paddington
station.
Bear, and there's Paddington Man.
Hello,
How'd
I'm
you get
Padding-
that job?
What, of being in the costume?
Your agent contacts
Yeah.
you.
I suspect.
Are you an out of work
Yeah.
Broadway actor?
Now that's
almost-
very mean.
yeah. Well,
But also true.
let's be honest. Yeah.
I suspect it's someone who can mime, basically,
Right.
because he was very hands.
Handsy.
Yeah, not
he-
handsy. I was very careful not to say handsy.
He didn't talk.
No.
Hello.
Hello, would you like a marmalade roly-poly?
Yeah, I suspect that would be incredibly disappointing if you heard a voice.
Did the animatronic talk?
Yes.
Oh.
And that, I think, had Ben Wishaw's voice.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
The one that's least human spoke, but the one that was mostly human.
Although...
Isn't that?
You said, like, isn't that interesting? And I nodded. I was like, yes, it's really interesting.
I completely agree.
And I was like, I have no fucking idea why that's interesting.
That is interesting, Nick.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that very, like... Doesn't that speak of the
Isn't
world
that
we live
telling?
in?
Yeah.
What
You
I
know?
did notice,
Yeah.
even though Paddington that day did not speak, there was a microphone in his nose, or a speaker in his nose.
What?
Yeah.
Like a Beats by Dre.
Yeah. That kind of thing, yeah.
For some, like,
or
ripping
what
D&B
looked-
to just
what
pour out of
looked
his
like
muzzle.
what looked like a speaker, which made me think that maybe,
Just maybe.
sometimes
They
there
can
is
broadcast.
sometimes there is a voice.
Are you suggesting like
Maybe.
you arrived on a bad day?
Well, not a bad day, but certainly a day where the the person was not available.
I think it's an emergency broadcast system. And things are going
Exit!
wrong.
Exit!
Warning!
Warning!
Warning! The Paddington Experience is currently on fire.
Yeah.
Please walk along the neon highlighted lines.
Yeah.
Watch out for fire.
Do not touch the marmalade. I repeat
the
again.
fire.
Do not touch the marmalade.
It gets very hot and sticks to your skin.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
that.
So you saw 3 Paddington.
No, we saw 2, I think.
I saw 2.
And the hint of a Paddington.
A secret Paddington.
And I saw,
Oh,
I
he
saw
is.
like a
Just the hat.
CGI screen with his ears on,
Right.
which we suggested he was behind the door because we had his suitcase.
Indeed.
Why'd you have a
had
suitcase?
suitcase?
He needed it,
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
'cause
does
you had
everyone,
it.
does everyone going through
but he
this have a
left it on the
suitcase?
station where we got on.
How many
Idiot.
suitcases are there?
It's very simple, John. It's very simple.
But you can't all have
We
the
went,
one
no,
suitcase.
It's very simple. We went to Paddington Station, right?
Right.
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 Yeah.
Right.
Paddington.
Were you on your own?
I was with Liz.
Yeah, but I mean, there was no
You're
one.
in a room. Are you in,
Public-
you in
No,
the
there
room?
was a group of maybe 10 people.
They all
or
had
so.
suitcases?
No, well, the group collectively had to find the suitcase. You see.
I see.
So who gets the suitcase?
Oh, one of the kids.
Do you punch some young dad
No.
to get that?
I think when Jacob's a bit older, I'll fight a bit more for it.
Yeah.
We're going to go back.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe. At the time, he wasn't too bothered. He was just sort of like, oh, what the hell's going
Whoa.
on? Mystified by the
Yeah,
whole
because
thing.
your son is 1.
One now.
Yeah. Can he form memories at this point?
No.
No. Okay.
Apparently
well,
not.
there you go.
I love how quickly you answered that. No,
I
definitely
have,
not.
I have looked it up. I have looked it up. Apparently, it's only from 4.
Wow.
Like as in proper memories.
You can literally just put him in a box
Well,
for the next 3 years.
Yeah, and just pour slop into
I think
it.
people might turn up at the house if I started doing that. But
What,
sure.
nice people, friendly people.
Friendly people.
Not
yeah.
if you draw a smiley face
Hello.
on that box.
Hello, I hear your son's in a box.
How cool! Here's a fiver!
I hear you recording it on a podcast like a fucking mentalist.
Yeah. So you got to take him his suitcase, right? Come on.
Sorry, yeah.
And then he's like, "Thank you so much for bringing
Yeah,
my
suitcase.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
great,
much.
yeah.
Shit, the marmalade's not here.
Oh,
It's not in the suitcase.
Where's my fucking
No.
marmalade?
And then
mate?
then we go on the whole.
It's just like that. He's like really down. He's like, oh, fuck. Where's my fucking marmalade,
Yeah.
man?
And then
Dude.
and then the whole Peru thing happens.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh.
It's very, very simple.
You go to Peru. You don't,
Very simple.
You don't meet any locals.
Well, there's
In Peru.
There's Magnus
Yeah.
or whatever
We
he's
met
called.
Morgan.
Magnus.
Morgan, is he a local?
Oh, I think he was English.
Was he Peruvian?
No, he was English.
You
definitely
steal.
not.
He was
you
an
steal,
explorer.
You,
Ah, I
And he
see.
had an assistant whose name I can't remember.
you jam some marmalade up your ass.
Yep.
And
to
then
take it through customs.
and you come back.
Yeah.
You feed
Through a portal.
a jar of marmalade to a terrifying animatronic bear,
Yep.
and then you hurriedly rush into the next.
I don't
room.
think he was always animatronic.
Yeah, and you meet a man. In a suit.
Who was, grown.
Yeah.
He's now twice as big.
Yeah.
Is there a fire flower Paddington as well?
It's good. Super Mario.
Yeah, it's a Super Mario
That's a joke,
reference.
that's
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we went to Build-A-Bear.
Oh, that's got to be dark.
Wow.
Was that part connected to this in any way?
No.
No.
I found out on Instagram,
I see.
which is one of the social media services,
Here we go.
that on your birthday, you
Right.
pay your age
What? That can't be profitable.
for a bear.
Unless an 80-year-old goes in, I guess.
Well, yes. But then, so he's what? He was one. I was like, he's one.
He pays £1.
Paid £1. Big old bear. Says happy birthday on it. And we bought a t-shirt for the bear 'cause he's naked.
It's not covering his balls,
Did
is
he look
it?
like Paddington?
No, it doesn't. He's Donald Duck in it, the
Yeah.
bear. Hey?
Did he look like Paddington?
Yeah, he does a bit.
The
Yeah.
bear you made?
In the sense
Yeah.
he's a bear,
Yeah.
I guess.
How do you prove it's your boy's birthday?
Well,
Here we go.
you don't. But, I think it's your birthday month or something. But
He looks one.
He looks roughly one.
He does
They didn't
look-
really question it. They said, "Do you have a birth certificate?" And I thought they meant for Jacob.
The boy.
The boy.
Yeah.
They went, no, I mean for your bear. I was like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Why would you have that?
He's not born yet.
And then, but apparently you can go round to the computer and print off a birth certificate for your bear.
Right.
So I was like, oh no, don't worry about it, because it was quite a small shop.
Did you do the thing where they put the heart inside?
Yes, I did that.
What?
Yeah, you put a heart inside.
What?
Bear.
So in every Build-A-Bear, they give you a little
Plushy heart.
plushy heart.
Oh, it's plushy, thank God.
No, it's
Oh,
a
no,
real
not a-
beating
I thought it was like
cow
a
heart.
duck's cow.
But they try to upsell you. They're like, do you want a beating heart?
Yeah,
like,
you have a beating one.
like a plastic one.
Can we just go back to the cow art thing? Have you seen a cow art? It's like the size of a teddy bear. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
massive.
Just jam that in there. Don't you?
It would really dominate the bear.
Yeah.
And then like, do you want a scent? I'm like, no.
A scent?
You
Oh,
can
a
put
smell.
You can put a smell in the bear.
Like happiness.
Yeah,
joy,
whatever. Yeah.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Paddington's armpit.
Repressed memories, that
Yeah.
kind of
Marmalade.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
marmalade and
marmalade would have
blood.
been a good one.
Yeah.
But Build-A-Bear was just its own thing. It was just happened to be on that same run of stores.
Sure.
And
Right.
things.
That was a coincidence,
That was
if
a
you
coincidence.
will.
So what's on the t-shirt?
London.
Ah,
So where we were, we just thought, let's get that because it's nice.
that's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah,
So the
that's good.
T-shirt cost more than the bear, as it happened.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you spent
Yeah, but you can't put a price on memories.
that he isn't creating.
Well, I'll remember it. And then we pushed past loads of tourists and we went home.
Pushed it. Yeah, okay.
No, we went for lunch and I didn't have any spring onions. First.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that
yeah.
was then the cat
Yeah.
That was the same one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
Same
Teased
trip.
us full
There
circle.
we go.
Yeah,
look
Full
at that.
circle.
Same trip.
That's like narrative, like fucking.
It's almost like I
expertise
thought
there.
that through, even though it was a complete fluke.
What a story! I was completely invested.
I
in
was
this.
100%
Yeah, it was
invested.
great. Yeah.
There you go.
It's
So I've
way
been to
better than my
Peru.
love. I'll tell you that right now.
Been to Peru, no spring onions.
No spring onions. Making
£1
fun.
for a bear.
£1 for a bear.
I mean, you can't really. Yeah, you can't beat
What
that.
an outrageous
Can't beat that.
adventure!
An outrageous adventure.
Well, I don't see how our loves could ever.
Oh, they won't. We'll
just
rush
rattle through.
We'll
this.
rattle
Yeah,
through.
it's
My
getting very
love
hot.
is the Ali's Lego collection.
Oh.
Right.
She is building a Lego city piece by set. But it's slightly unhinged, which I quite like. Like, it's just a little bit chaotic.
Yeah.
She bought a set that she loved very much, which was specifically a burger restaurant,
Oh.
but on fire.
Oh.
That's a Lego set.
That's a real thing.
That's a real Lego set. It comes with fire that you can put all over the diner. Like, something's gone catastrophically wrong.
Lego are going mental, aren't they?
And then there's a fire engine as part of the set. So you get the whole burger diner. You get it's like this stand out, this big sign with a burger on top of it. It's like, this is where the burger place is.
I see.
And it all aflame.
yeah.
And then the fire engine has like this like cannon that rises up out of its back.
Oh.
And it's got a little like bladder that you squeeze.
What?
And then out of the nozzle is like a lightsaber telescopic blue kind of
Lightsaber, Star Wars.
like which you can shoot at the fire and it knocks the fire down like little like
Oh, I see.
like a shooting range kind of
Yeah.
thing. So you park the fire
Wow.
engine up next to the burning diner,
Yeah,
squeeze
yeah.
the bladder, pop, 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 like shoot the fire down.
That does sound
Brilliant. But then
Crikey.
Ali was like, well, I need to work out who started this fire.
Yes.
And then she found another Lego set, which was of a policeman on a jet ski
I see.
chasing a criminal who's in a tyre with an oar,
Oh.
like rowing across a river.
This feels like a dream.
Yeah.
So she bought that set, and then she put a little she made a Molotov cocktail in, which is basically just found a bottle, and then she
Yeah.
just put one of the flames from the diner set in the bottle. So he's like holding a.
I see.
So he's the arsonist,
Oh.
and now he's in the tire fleeing across a river because she's built a park next to the diner.
Good.
And he's fucking off from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whoa! I'm getting away from the police. The police on a jet ski. I don't think he'll do very well.
No.
because he's in a tire with
Yeah,
an
yeah.
oar,
Yeah, that's not.
and his
You're not
legs are
gonna
like
you're not
sticking
gonna
out
run
the
a
bottom
jet
of
ski.
that.
You're not
That's
gonna
not
run a
good.
jet
Yeah.
ski.
No, and then there's other stuff going on in the city because she's got
Yeah.
like an ice cream van which is manned by a dog now because she's got
Yeah.
a little dog, so she put that in there. So the dog's in there,
Yeah.
and it's hit a woman with a pram
Oh shit.
on a zebra crossing, and that the baby's spilling out. But get this,
Yeah.
baby's another dog. So it's like there's a dog in the ice cream van, but the
What a
baby in
twist.
the pram. Yeah, it's another dog. It's just everywhere you look, it's like.
Have you got a
it's-
dedicated space for this?
We do.
There's
and
a lot going on
It's
here.
filled it completely because
Yeah.
she's bought quite a few sets now,
Yeah.
and it's evolving into quite the narrative where when you look at
I
it, you
see,
see a different
yes.
thing every time you look.
Yeah.
So I'm very keen to give her maybe a room in the house.
Yeah.
Like just let's build
Get
a
a-
city there.
Like where someone would have like a model train set. You should do that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like unleash the
You
creativity.
kind of say that like, give her a room.
Give her a room.
Like you own some kind of country estate.
Well, a
if you
wing,
will.
shall we say? We could give her a wing.
Yeah.
Does your house not have like 6 rooms?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we've got conservatory there, 7. So, yeah.
7.
Seven
Yeah.
rooms.
So this isn't like a kind of limitless resource of rooms that can be filled with.
I see you're trying to put me
tat as
me
well.
on blast here. No, I
Yeah,
understand.
I'm just
that's
drawing
fine.
attention to the fact that you may need oxygen.
There is.
Well, maybe not in that room though.
yeah.
Maybe not in that you hold your breath before you go in kind of situation.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
could work.
Yeah.
It could work.
Yeah.
But no, I think we can.
You think?
I think we can.
I
make
mean,
it
I've
work.
been to your house. There's quite a lot of.
There's a lot of truffle in there.
trinkets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
no,
it's
there
like-
is.
And
Yeah,
sometimes I
yeah.
come over to your house and it's like the house is full of, say, cards because
Yeah.
you're really into a game.
Yes.
And then you reliably informed me the other day that it's now full of clothes because
Because Ali's making clothes.
Ali's got
at
into
the
making
moment.
clothes, and now we're hearing that apparently,
Yeah.
she's making a diorama
Of a chaotic city.
a chaotic cityscape.
yes.
Yeah,
And that's growing.
indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you of an evening? Do you sit on the sofas or just kind of perch
Well,
around?
most of them
the-
are covered in Lego
There's
now.
a lot of
Yeah.
Lego and cars
Currently,
and
yeah.
clothes.
But
yeah.
I don't need a sofa
No,
all the time.
Nobody,
No.
no, temporary
I mean,
sofas.
she said they'll be clear like when she gets to the room.
Yeah.
Then I'll just wait till then, and I'll
Yeah.
stand up and watch telly until then.
Shall we watch the extended version of Lord of the Rings, dear? Oh no, not tonight.
Not tonight,
No, it's
perhaps,
fine,
no.
yeah.
Not
It'll
tonight.
be
could get
clear
a stool.
when I fucking get around to it. All right, stop bringing it up. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Get off my case.
Get off my case. It's been a long day.
Oh
Right.
dear.
Yeah, so
Well, that's delightful.
it is actually quite delightful.
Yeah, very nice.
It brings her a lot of
I like the
joy.
imagination behind that.
There's a lot of imagination.
No, we
Lego,
joke.
that's
we
what
joke.
Lego have in mind, I think.
That's a lot of creativity and joy, and I think we can all get behind that.
I know.
Deep down.
Lego are a bunch of mentalists, aren't they?
Oh, they're off
control.
the fucking chain. Yeah.
But they keep all their sets. Have you seen the documentaries about Lego?
The vault.
They've got a vault, haven't
Yeah.
they?
Every set.
And every set that Lego's ever made is in this vault. So
One
Jesus
copy?
Christ, that must be a big
They
vault
keep
now.
one copy,
of each set.
Of each
Like in
set,
pristine
yeah.
condition.
Yeah. and I
That must be a-
recognised a fair amount of them. I was like, oh gosh, that's my
Do they
late
take-
'80s, early.
Do they take you to the vault? On your-
No, you don't get to.
Where did you see the vault?
On a TV
There's
show.
a documentary
Yeah.
on Channel 4
Something
or
like
4
that.
Player or whatever.
Although
it's
I've
called.
been near that. I have been to Billund, which is where
Billund,
the
that's it.
home of Lego, if you will.
Yeah, where Lego
But
was
no,
born.
they don't let you go into the complex.
no,
that's
no,
not
certainly not.
That's
But-
not how it works.
But that must be a big old vault.
Big
if
old
they're now
vault.
making stuff that's just on fire.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because like that little set. It's crazy to think that little set of a robber escaping in a tire from a jet ski police officer.
Yes.
It's like a tiny box. It's like the size of like a phone, right?
Yeah.
And it was just two minifigures, two little vehicles, right?
Sure.
That is a set that they make,
Yeah.
which is
That's
kind of an insane set.
Definitely
really.
a set, yeah.
And that's in there. That's in the
Yeah.
vault. The burger joint on fire, which is a wild set.
Yeah.
Because they do another set, which is a burger joint.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That isn't
different
on
burger
fire.
joint.
Yeah, same burger joint. No,
It's not.
different.
It's a
different burger joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Crikey.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
They do it all. I
Bunch
guess.
of nutters.
Bunch
Yeah.
of nutters.
Well, look, it's getting very hot in this room.
It's so hot.
It's so
We
hot.
are doing this in the middle
We
of the
weren't
day.
expecting this, yeah.
No.
Let's rattle through my final love.
Yeah.
Very quick. I've discovered, I think slightly late to the party,
Mm.
but I do love them, the Northern Boys.
Oh, the Northern Boys are very funny boys.
Are you familiar with the Northern Boys?
Nope.
The Northern Boys are a rap group
Oh.
of two
Northern Boys.
old, dirty
Three?
men. Well,
Oh, is
no.
it-
So you got Patrick Kenny Jr.,
Okay.
Norman Payne,
Yeah.
and their mate Kev, who just dances.
Okay.
But they are old men.
I see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they rap.
Kind of like, and I think maybe they wouldn't mind me saying this, old, dirty men.
see.
And
Three grotty blokes.
it's not for the faint of heart. The language is a little blue.
Oh.
But if you want to watch like 2.5
Yeah.
very dirty old men doing some very funny raps and weirdly life-affirming,
Good.
but like
They're very
Are they Englishmen?
yeah,
or proper northern,
Northern
yeah,
English.
But it's
proper
weirdly
northern,
like
yeah.
they're sweary, aren't they?
So
And they're
sweary,
sort
yeah.
of filthy, but
Very
they're also
filthy.
very positive.
I see.
And they're also very sex positive.
Oh.
And very like gender modern day positive
I
and stuff.
understand.
While at the same time being filthy fucks.
Yeah. So in the same way that you could imagine, so picture a scene where like a guy, it's an alleyway, you've had a few pints, he's had a few pints, he's glassing you. You know, that's the energy.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
the
yeah.
energy.
But also like, what if that person was on your side?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
what if he was an ally?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if he was
understand.
just like a fucking cool dude?
Yeah.
And
Who's
you
also,
actually-
who's also glassing you.
But
you
also
actually- yeah.
a very dirty old man.
Yeah.
Like,
You-
we cannot stress enough.
But you
like-
want his respect potentially more
Yeah.
than anyone
Yeah.
else's. Yeah,
and
yeah.
the comments on these videos are delightful because there's a bunch of people going like, I came here as a joke because it's meant to be a joke.
But-
and then I'm kind of like, but this is actually like fucking amazing.
Yeah. I'm
actually
like,
invested.
yeah. So I would recommend that people go and watch Nobody Likes Me by the Northern Men,
Okay.
which I think is their kind
Northern
of
Boys.
peak.
Northern Boys.
Northern Boys,
Yeah.
sorry, which I think is their peak Their
Okay.
peak song.
Yeah.
It's very good. They had
Good.
other hits.
I've seen them on TikTok, but I only ever saw clips. And then you discovered them recently.
Yeah.
Showed me a full video, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck me." these
Full
are-
music video. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
It's quite funny.
I will look for it.
Some filthy shit. Don't play it around your kids.
Okay.
But they're delightful.
Wonderful.
It's so hot in here.
Let's roll. Let's finish
What
this.
what do you think won? Love or hate?
I mean, I got rid of the spring onions and I like Paddington, so let's say love.
I'm into love.
I like love.
Hey!
Oh, clean sweep. Woo! Woo! We're
And
back.
Jill's won 4-1.
4-1.
4-1?
I love
Gosh,
football
finally.
now. I'm into football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming home to Jill.